evening, everyone, and welcome to the Scratching Post where we scratch at that gaming itch. Oh man, it's been a while since I've been doing this. Well, it's been a whole week actually. Well, 2 whole weeks in fact. So we had a week off last week because there are things going on. Hello everyone, welcome to the show as we are once again making some silly voices as we play through Ace Attorney Investigations. And I am not alone in this endeavor, as any of you have been watching this series for a long time would know, as I am joined by my friends.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, my friends. So I'm going to go around the table and introduce everyone. So, of course, my name is Ebak here at the Scratching Post, and I'm joined here by Brr.
That's Miss Burr, you whippersnapper.
Oh, God.
Kill me now.
Drifting.
I'm freaking cold.
Of course she called you next to Burr.
Yeah.
The
It's freezing here.
the US
I think that is your first warning.
the US version of Divot.
Howdy, y'all.
I think
Hi,
that's true.
James.
And of course, we've also got Lemming in here.
Hey there, Mr. Edgeworth.
Shadow.
Hello. I use my normal voice for Emma.
And Kay. Hello, James. Kay.
Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight, one alone soars to shine the blight of righteousness on the world's blight. And that bird is me, the great Yashigarasu!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. There we go.
Also, that is the American version of K.
Oh my God.
You mean the normal version?
Yeah. The usual version.
So where we were last time is we were having an argument with Lang about where the real crime scene was. So we kind of jumped back into the action. Let's just start pressing. Hold it! Looks like we found the real crime scene first.
Brag all you want, but we don't have all that free time, unlike the two of you.
You know what you remind me of? A dog licking his wounds as he whimpers home.
Well, I guess I should be thankful for all the time you've saved me. Shishi. That's how we say thanks in my country.
You're welcome. I hope he realizes we didn't do all of this for him.
But I'm here now, so I'll be taking over. As I was saying, this is where the crime took place.
Alright. Hold it! Lying in wait. How did Officer Meekins even know the victim was going to come here?
Simple. He was investigating the kidnappers, right? And while he was doing so, he came to understand the victim, Mr. Deacon's movements.
Objection! Ha! And why would the good officer want to ambush and kill a kidnapper?
You mean his motive? Who knows, and who cares? You can find that out for yourself when you talk to him in jail.
You have no respect for the order of law.
Don't get me wrong, but I need more than there's no motive to convince me otherwise.
He's right. The lack of a motive is rather weak argument by itself.
Oh, the officer lay in wait on top of the stage.
Hold it! So you agree with how our recreation turned out?
Like I said, I'm grateful that you were able to save me some time.
Alright, but we still don't know why he chose to wait on top of the stage.
Who cares? Maybe he wanted to become the Blue Badger. Who's to say he didn't see the stage and decided to put on a Badger stage show all of his own?
Or maybe there's a completely different reason.
What does it matter? It still doesn't change the fact that Officer Meekins stood up on that stage and chucked the victim on the ground below.
Hold it! So you honestly believe that what you're saying is what really occurred?
Hey, you're the ones who came up with the scenario. Are you saying you doubt yourselves?
Touché. Unfortunately, Agent Lang's conclusions do not contradict with our recreation.
Does that mean it all just went down as he said? All went down just as he says?
No, not quite. I wonder if what we had recreated earlier was the whole truth.
Yeah, we'll have to show him that the wound shows us.
Yeah.
From the abdomen through the shoulder.
Mm.
We figured
Yeah, so he
last
has
time
to-
that the angle is off.
Yeah, he has to be. The
Yeah,
victim
entry
has to
point
be
lower
on
right.
the stage. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yes, the victim has to be the one on stage. So here we go.
Or
Objection!
backwards bullet,
Oh, backwards.
which would be impressive.
I'm terribly sorry, Agent Lang. I should have warned you that our recreation is incomplete. You cut in quite unexpectedly, after all.
What's that supposed to mean?
You said that the victim was shot by the killer from up above, correct? I hate to break it to you, but that's not possible.
Oh, why not?
Recall Mr. Deacon's body, specifically where the gunshot wounds were located.
Actually, I don't get that good of a look. I didn't get that good of a look.
Oh,
Yeah.
well then. The bullet entered Mr. Deacon in his abdominal region and exited his right shoulder. This is more consistent with an angled shot from beneath the victim.
Sorry.
Then... that's Kay's line.
Then,
Yes, our recreation had the victim being shot at an angle from above.
a clear contradiction.
You're discounting your own conclusions?
No, this one point is the only flaw. This was the mistaken parameter in our recreation.
The killer and the victims look at fronts.
Yeah.
They must be switched.
They were switched. Yes.
Change places.
The locations of the killer and the victim were wrong.
I get it. I see what you're trying to say.
I believe the killer and the victim were standing opposite to what we initially thought. It was the victim who was on top of the stage as he was being shot by the killer.
And all I'm going to do is argue, what does that matter?
If this is what happened, it also explained the positioning of the gunshot wounds.
Then, what about the footprints?
Since footprints don't lie, we can assume then that the killer also wore a costume.
Okay, I'll try using that instead. That data instead.
She's poking the same one button.
That's how machinery works.
Well, you never
Yep.
know. Maybe she henpecks when she types.
Yeah.
Judging by the fact that both the killer and the victim were wearing costumes, I'd say it was a killing between the two kidnappers. That would be the most natural conclusion, of course. Wouldn't you agree, Agent Lang?
Well done, Mr. Prosecutor. But that alone doesn't clear Officer Meekings of the crime.
Another bit of proof.
I ask that you take another good look at the tire marks over there. The 3 marks are indicative of the blue Badgermobile. That story Officer Meekings told about the shop on wheels getting stolen was just a lie. He drove the blue Badgermobile here and committed the murder. Then, he used the car to move the body to the garage in the Wild Wild West area.
In that case, there should be sand on the wheels, right?
Yeah, and also there'd be blood in the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You believe he moved the body with the car.
That's right. It was Officer Meekings himself who pointed us to the way he did it.
The 3-tire tread marks are very telling. However, is the blue Badgermobile the only thing capable of creating such a pattern?
I also have a pink one.
Rebuttal, the bit of proof. Hold it! The tire marks?
Yes, the tire marks. The ones there behind the stage. They were hidden up until now by the various pieces of stage equipment. As for when they were made,
They must have been made after the rain had begun to fall, correct?
yes, and probably around the same time as when the killer's footprints were made. The tires on the Blue Badgermobile probably got pretty muddy because of that. I say it's the Blue Badgermobile because, well, that's pretty obvious too.
Because I just realized that there were no mud on the wheels, and I don't want to tell it.
Hold it. 3 tire marks. I have to agree that the Blue Badgermobile has 3 tires.
Of course, the only thing in the back that can make those marks is that roving shop.
Objection! Are you forgetting that there are in fact 3 of them? You can't simply ignore the pink and proto Badgermobiles, Agent Lang.
Not so fast. Of course, I didn't say it couldn't be one of the other 2. But I see no reason to drag them into this just to complicate things.
Doesn't mean that the Bad Badger doesn't have a mobile.
He's
No,
a criminal with a gun.
He commits Grand Theft Auto.
Hold it!
He's a vile criminal with a gun.
Of course, you have some sort of proof that it was all a lie, correct?
Of course not.
Well, that was blunt.
But suppose it is a lie. It would explain a lot of things. Like his movements and his whereabouts.
Hold it! So you still claim that the tire marks belong to the Blue Badgermobile?
It must have arrived on the scene after the ground had become wet with rain. Officer Meekins committed the murder.
Hold it! Besides the Blue Badgermobile, there are other ways the body could have been moved.
Not so fast. Recall when the wild what the wild west area looked like? Only the Blue Badgermobile and Mr. Deacon's bodies were in the garage. I'd say that's proof.
I suppose if one were to look at that place, that would be the only logical conclusion. However, my experience tells me that the truth is usually not so easily found. Is there some sort of problem with Agent Lang's statement with regard to that scene?
It looks like the only thing about that car was selling was death, not dreams.
Only if what Agent Lang believes turns out to be true.
Web death, please.
The 3 tire tread marks are very telling. However, is the Blue Badgermobile the only thing capable of creating such a pattern? I'd say no.
No, because
Yes.
Then there's no mud on the tires.
Yes.
yeah,
I don't think it's that statement. Oh, maybe it is.
Objection! Sorry, Agent Lang, but that's an impossible tale.
And why is that?
Those tire marks could not have been left by Officer Meekin's Blue Badgermobile. One look at the car would have told you so. What proves the Blue Badgermobile had never been to the stadium?
Clean tires.
tires.
Take that!
Ugh.
Take a good look at these tires. There's not a single dollop of mud to be found on it.
You could say it's really obvious.
Hello, Phoenix Rider. This is your first warning. Hello, Phoenix
I
Rider.
was waiting for that.
So was
I
I.
wonder what is gonna happen whenever she gets to free.
It's never happened.
Not yet.
If this car had come to the backstage area and left those tire tracks, then the lack of mud on these tires stands out as very peculiar indeed.
Then how do you explain the tie tracks, genius?
Yeah, I've got it. What about Miss Oldbag's pink badgermobile?
Don't be ridiculous! I was sleeping the entire time in the second-tier seats!
Indeed, I believe we could rule her out as someone related to the crime. However, there is yet one more roving store, as I recall.
Oh, you mean the proto-badger?
That's right. There was one more parking space inside that garage, and it proves the existence of a proto-badgermobile. Agent Lang, I suggest you find this proto-badgermobile post-haste. There must still be some sort of incriminating evidence in it. Oh, I don't know who this be.
H.
Hey, did you hear something?
Oh,
It's the boy.
It's that boy.
Me.
He died!
Or soon to be.
Are you alright?
What does it look like?
Well, this is something. Looks like we found our kidnapping victim. Where were you all this time?
Well, West with kidnappers.
he was in the room next to the one I was held in.
Ran away using underground and got lost. The kidnappers.
What is it? I can't understand what you're trying to say.
The kidnappers escaped wearing costumes.
You should see the faces of your kidnappers.
No, I didn't see the faces. Two. One was woman.
A woman?
Quite an important piece of testimony. Hey, what are you guys doing? Stop standing there. Your cops on this already.
Says the one also standing
You
over
guys
the
are
victim.
Get such as now. Consider it a gift. How are you gonna get out of my crime scene, or I'm gonna have to get rough? Rough.
Again?
You're nothing but a big bully! Come on, Mr. Wedgeworth, let's go.
Oh, no. Not you. You're a very important witness for my case. I'm not about to let you get away that easily.
Don't count on me to testify, because I won't. Not for you.
That's right! I won't either, you. Hear me, you young whippersnapper?
Hey, calm down. There's no need for all this hostility.
Oh,
I
yes,
just
there
want to
is.
take a statement from each of you. I'm not gonna get rough either. I'm not going to go. Goddamn. I'm not going to rough either of you up. I give you my word. Come now, fair maidens. What do you say? Will you cooperate?
Here she is.
Fair maiden.
Their maidens where?
My, you little rascal. You should know the way to
Lang Zi says, the passage of time is but a fleeting moment, and a lady is young forever.
Try to outdo my edgy food with your fancy sayings. Let's get it over with so we're clear. I'm only interested in giving him a statement.
Sure. Just as soon as Mr. Prosecutor leaves us be.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah, it's like
Mr.
Mr. Edward, don't
Prosecutor.
old bag and Lang.
I feel sorry for Lang.
He clearly knows what he's getting himself into, if on it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe not. I think he's
Oh,
gonna
yes,
regret
please
what he got
don't.
himself into.
Kitty.
March,
Sorry.
March 13 to 34 p.m. Wild Wild West area. And indeed, Kitty.
Kitty.
Looks like we got the boot again.
With Lance safe, the focus of the investigation will shift solely onto the murder.
You mean the infighting between the kidnappers?
Yes, and also the identity of the remaining kidnapper. This is probably Mr. Armano.
Hiles, my boy.
Yeah.
Tell me it's true. Tell me you've really found my boy.
Yes, Mr. Armano. We found him earlier in the stadium.
Princess unhurt?
He's not exactly the picture of perfect health, but his life is not in danger. He's being questioned right now by Agent Lang.
And it must be so horrible for him. Locked up like that. Like what?
Let's get
Can you go look at the cat for a second?
Oh.
Okay.
Let's go.
I just need to take a screenshot.
Okay, bye.
Oh no, you can't see all of the kitty.
Can't see all the kitty.
Okay, I'm gonna take a screenshot. No, go back. I need to. There we go. Okay, screenshot. Take it. Thank you. It's because one of my characters has a cat that looks just like that, and I'm like, what if that is the same cat?
Small baby.
Hiles, my boy. I can't thank you enough.
It was nothing.
I'm still in shock of what happened. But I have to say I'm relieved that Lance is alright.
Gonna tiny up a smidge of it. There you go.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, that's right. I must begin to pass this on to Lance as soon as the police are finished with him.
A letter?
Ah, the way Lance is being chased after my women reminds me of someone I know. I almost can't believe he received yet another love letter, you know. Here, take a look for yourself.
Isn't this a breach of confidentiality?
Excuse me, I'm right over here.
No, it's not. It's not from her. Just look.
What?
It is. So I'm gonna read this because I remember who this is, and this is a character from the third game of Ace Attorney. From the case that I'll never remove from my memory because my friend Trucy got stuck on it for a long time. The Recipe for a Turnabout with one of the worst characters in Ace Attorney. It's only okay. He's only bad because I don't like his design. But whatever. Anyways, so my dear Lance Amano, may I come see you again, your beloved Viola, and that's from Tender Lender, which is Furio Tigre's business.
It's a very simple love letter.
Oh, hey, let me see. That's really weird. It's loan from some company, Tender Lender. It looks more like a collection bill to me.
Love letter data just down on my organizer.
I love that it connects the games. Like this, I feel like the game with the most tissue, like connective tissue, is Investigations. Because they have so many cameos and stuff. Because they have the freedom to do that.
I really love the name of that company, Tenderlander.
Yeah.
Tender Lender, friend or foe, spender mentor for your dough. Another day, another buck, another loser's out of luck. That's from the musical. That's from the musical. I didn't make that up.
I'll be right back.
Lost me not. Oh, that's the 12th one. No, you can't give up, Lauren. Just one more try.
You're not even holding a flower, ma'am.
Excuse me, but
It's
I
an
can't.
imaginary flower.
But I can't help but feel a bit sorry for all the flowers you've gone through.
I suppose if they were me, then. How do you vocalize blushing?
I guess a gasp or something. I believe you said that you are Lance's girlfriend when we first met, correct?
Yes, I am, but it's not like we both think of each other as lovers. Okay. But he did give me this ring, so I guess we're not just friends either. I mean,
Mom, that's a
because
gummy ring.
This is just any ordinary ring.
Well, that's what it is.
tastes so sweet when you lick it. That's so wonderful.
It's a sweet, Mom.
Yeah, it's a sweet.
You,
Children
Children enjoy them.
you mean to tell me that he gave you a lollipop ring?
She got a ring
Maybe.
pop.
Yeah.
So which is it? Have you guys not decided if you're going out, or is it just one-sided?
Decided? Shouldn't the parties involved naturally just know?
Edgeworth.
My father used to work for Mr. Amano.
In fairness to Edgeworth, you should have clear communication between both parties.
Yeah, like that's what I
And I grew up together. I said it out loud.
that's why I'm saying like Edgeworth, because there should be clear communication about like whether you're going out. You're not just supposed to just know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why you don't have anyone Edgeworth, because you don't you don't know how to communicate, man.
Oh, Edgeworth.
Edward is too married to his work anyway.
True. But also, like, come on.
Also, he has me.
I don't keep that one away from me.
Will do.
I don't see how that's
You
any.
got it, Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't see how that's anything to be embarrassed about. So your father was an employee of the Amano Group. What did he do?
This job was to fly around the world. On Pegasus.
Pegasus?
Oh, Pegasus was the name of the airplane. The airplane belonged to the company.
Makes sense.
You had me there for a second.
But now it's all changed. My father, he isn't around anymore.
Oh, I see.
About 10 years ago, he rode into Pegasus off to somewhere and never returned.
Riding Pegasus to whereabouts unknown. Sounds like the stuff of legends are made of.
DB Cooper? Is that you?
It's been so long, I don't think I'd recognize him if we were ever to meet again.
So sorry, Lauren.
But I won't give in to the sadness. I have to live. Yes, Lauren, live.
About this incident.
An incident? But isn't the kidnapping already over and dealt with? I've been here the whole time, so I'm afraid I don't know much about any other incident.
How did you come to know that Lance had been kidnapped?
Oh, that's because of my women's intuition. Sure, girl.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sus.
Her girl.
So
Sus.
you think the
You based everything on that?
I know everything when it comes to my lens. It's really strange. It really must be destiny.
She started fantasizing again. So what are you gonna do now, Mr. Edgeworth?
We already established that there's a good chance that the killer is one of the kidnappers. One of the other kidnappers, I should say. It's my duty to figure out who this other person is. I believe there is one location that might hold a clue or two. The hideout, of course. The obvious location is the kidnapper's hideout.
Oh, we're still not allowed in, remember?
Agent Lang and his men should be done with this area. In that case, there is no harm in asking that officer over there to let us in.
Can pass in, please?
Excuse me,
Yeah, can't
but if you
have
could just let me through here. Ah, it's the wrong door.
Sorry, I can't let anyone in. Oh, what up?
What do you have to report?
Sir, nothing unusual or out of the ordinary, sir.
Where have I heard such redundancy before? Is it possible for you to let us take a look around inside?
Sir, Roger, sir.
That was surprisingly hassle-free. Are you certain? Didn't Agent Lang order you not to allow me in?
Sir, that's true, sir, but the negative gumshoe asked me personally to let you in, sir.
Oh,
And I couldn't refuse a request from him. He's a good boy.
he's a very, very good boy.
Oh.
You're damn right.
Wow, looks like Detective Gumshoe has a following.
Furthermore, I was asked to give you this document to you, sir.
What is this?
Oh, well, what is...
Man, his picture. Isn't this Mr. Oliver Deacon?
Oh.
The name here says Colin DeVore. He's also quite
it's a
tall for... Well, not quite tall. He's about Phoenix
Don't
height.
tell me this is another Interpol agent or I'm gonna scream.
That's the same name. That's the same
Penny
name.
Dent Prison.
That's
Oh.
the same name as the one on the back of the pendant. It appears that Colin Deveray was his real name? What is this? He was convicted in a case 10 years ago and sent to prison.
Those two names are anagrams.
Ooh. What? What was he doing here?
Apparently he broke out of jail and then just vanished. He must have become Oliver Deacon to cover up the fact that he was an escaped felon.
Yeah, it is. Also, I noticed that it notes that his dominant hand is his right hand. I wonder if that's going to come into...
Hmm.
I wonder if that's going to help us later.
It's the Chekhov's gun, or shall I say
Surprise
Chekhov's
tool that will help us later.
Yes.
Now I'm not sure what's going on anymore.
Is there some sort of link between the victim's past and his current case? These police
Probably.
documents are rather detailed. I should take the time to give them a thorough read, eventually. It's fine. Let's focus on one thing at a time, starting with the kidnapper's hideout.
Yeah, I agree. We should investigate first, think later.
More than thinking things through, I think you should try remembering things first. Now then, if you could please unlock the door, officer.
I feel attacked.
It was locked up until a while ago, but since then the door's been a while open, sir.
I'm not sure I follow what it is you're saying. Care to explain a bit more detail?
Sir, the door was locked down tight when they went to check out the room. So they got about 10 officers to help out and break the door down, sir.
I see. I guess that means I get Agent Lang's leftovers. Well, let's see what we find.
It seems excessive.
Yeah, I'm now kind of curious about those documents, because if they were passed on by Gumshoe, doesn't mean he's actually very shrewd and very smart, and he's just playing dumb so that Edward could feel good about himself.
What do you think?
I wonder if it's more that he's got a very high intelligence stat, but his wisdom stat is
Ah,
very low.
I mean, that too.
March 13 to 55 p.m. Kidnappers hideout.
So this is where the kidnappers planned their foul deed.
Oh, you were tied up for a while in the room next door.
Kay, please, must you bring that up again?
Yes.
Now then, down to business. There might still be some clues left in this room. Let's try to find out what we can of the other kidnapper's identity. Come along, Kay.
Kidnappers hideout.
I have returned.
Welcome
I
back.
love
Welcome back.
the.
I don't know if you saw, but I accidentally hit the power button on my computer.
Oh no!
Oh
So the
dear!
whole thing just went off. We're okay.
I would investigate the mirror.
I was going to go for the broken door. What are you saying, Kay? You like, or you love?
Oh, I really like the. I say this a lot, but I love like how this game looks. Like so like one, the walk around sprites look great. Two, like the designs of the backgrounds look really good. Like I really like how that mirror looks. It like it's, I guess it might be mirror. I don't know. Well, I do know, but I'm trying to obfuscate if I know what it is or not.
Yeah.
But that, stained glass, who knows, whatever thing looks really like it looks really nice, and it looks like it's cracked, but like just I don't know. The design in this game is really good.
Yeah, it's got a nice pixel art aesthetic.
Yes.
I always
Yeah.
like some good ass
Yes.
sprite work.
It is also there's also a version on the Android, which you can actually like play with like an Android emulator and stuff. and it's in that one like has even better like it's because it's basically like a refurbished version,
Okay.
and so there's like HD sprites in that one. It's really neat.
This door is thoroughly broken thanks to the police who forced it open. Alright, let's have a look at the
Edgeworth, were you saying that?
door.
It's his catchphrase.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did somebody try to like break this open with a sword?
Yeah. The doorknob handle thing is looking pretty beat up.
I suppose it's what happens when 10 officers break their way in with brute force.
Hey, that's odd. The lock on this is completely fine. Look, not a single dent.
But how is that possible after what that officer told us?
Yeah, if the lock had been in use when the door was busted down, then the lock itself should be completely wrecked.
Oh!
They were busting the door, but it wasn't open all the time.
No.
Yeah.
But
The sword was
the
locking
sword
the
is
door.
the
Sword.
lock. It's been placed along the
They
the
never
handle as
had
a lock.
Oh yes.
They never had the
That
key.
makes
They were
sense.
using the sword to jam the door shut.
Yeah.
Good job,
Yeah.
Shadow.
Yes.
So-
Actually, that's me and Lemming. I think we came to the
Both of
same
you,
One
yeah.
of those
Yeah.
bars in the middle of it, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
So-
job, you two.
So the lock on the door leading to the outside is undamaged. How can that be?
Then we look at the sword.
I wonder what this broken sword is.
Looks like a sword. A broken sword.
A broken sword.
Strange. Why would it be broken like that? I'm guessing swords don't usually break on their own.
Not without
That's-
not without being annoyed first.
Also, I don't know if I pointed out this before, but look how they're like she's mimicking him.
Yeah.
Oh!
They are family.
That was nice.
That's
Cute.
I love it so. Oh my god, I love them so much. They're my
They're
They're my
even
favorites.
wearing like a similar shade of pink.
yeah. I have like a. We'll see
Yeah.
in the next case,
Yeah.
but there's some reasons for this that is probably the case, and in addition to Kay just being a natural mimic like myself, because I think that fits her character. Anyways, that's true.
All right then. Let's think about it this way. Maybe it broke when someone was trying to use it for or on something. Hypotheticals aren't going to get us anywhere. Perhaps we should think more on this later. Well, let's think of it now.
Yeah.
Oh!
Thinking power!
Activate! Yummy a coke.
It's a bit strange that the police had to force their way into an unlocked room. One look at the pristine door lock and anyone can see that it was not in use at the time.
But the policeman outside said it took 10 men to get it open.
A door that was locked tight despite it not being locked at all. It can only be because of this.
Oh, you mean?
Yes, it was used to jam the door. Here, take a look at the door handle. Do you see how the handle is completely destroyed?
So that's how the sword broke.
Alright, there we go. We solved that mystery.
Oh yeah, self 5.
Yeah. I fired Lemming.
Yeah.
Self high five.
Yes.
Unused Unused
Yes.
folding chairs lean against the wall in their folded state.
Wow, whoever lined these up did it perfectly. They're not even a single hair off. I feel bad using these because it'd be like stealing the perfection away.
I suspect it's more like you wouldn't want to be the one to put them away. Still feel attacked?
No. It was specifically the line about like the thing that was felt like an attack was the maybe you should try remembering things. And I was like, hey. Partly because
I'm
of
doing my best.
partly because of my own issues, but also partly because of like stuff I project on Kay when I write her.
Folding chairs, and by the looks of it, they were probably used by the kidnappers.
There are 3 chairs set around the table.
And I mean, Edgeworth has his own catchphrase in this game.
That's a lot of coffee.
A few styrofoam cups.
It looks like only 3 cups were used.
Oh, there's a key that's hanging on the thing there.
I see that too, actually, yeah. I wonder what this key is to.
You got me.
Reminds me of the key we found in the other room.
That's it. This must be the key for one of those trapdoors.
It wasn't a trap door. You only call it one because you quite literally jumped into it.
Hey, but isn't that what you're supposed to do when you see one?
No.
I am not having this conversation with you.
Don't open that trapdoor. No? Alright.
Sorry, I was looking around the scene. What?
Never mind.
This must be where they dispose of old and worn out costumes.
That's so sad.
It would seem that they throw the costumes away in pieces.
Oh. Well, that's interesting because wasn't there like a head missing in? Wasn't there like a head missing?
Yeah.
The
Like,
head,
you were-
there's an extra head, yeah.
Well, the 3 cups and 3 chairs indicate that there's 3 kidnappers.
Yep.
The common denominator between the cups and the folding chairs is the number 3, speaking of which, the number of missing costumes is also 3.
Wait, I thought there were only 2 kidnappers.
Indeed. Something isn't adding up, literally. Is it possible there is a 3rd kidnapper that Lance didn't see? I thought that we might uncover the true identity of the kidnappers, but instead we've only uncovered more questions that need to be answered.
Oh, wow.
Well,
More like, oh no.
What is it? Oh. We want to do Proto Badger.
This Proto Badger, I believe, may be a character from the first game. It's one of the 2 Proto Badgers we see.
Okay, someone just do a
The
random...
bellboy.
Hang
Someone,
on, I'm having a fight with a microphone.
someone do a random voice.
Okay.
Someone just take on the Proto Badger.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I correct?
What are you doing suddenly popping out of the secret entrance like that?
This is an underground passage used by staff members, sir. We badgers also make use of it in our duties.
No. Okay. Look, why don't you get out of there first and then we'll talk, okay?
I beg your pardon, miss. We know who it is, we're just doing random.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I believe it is the bellboy, because
Oh.
Proto Badgers are never identified. Like, well, okay. So the speaking style is very, very similar to the bellboy, and we also see that when we first meet the Proto Badger when we first come in. But but we don't know for sure because this Proto Badger never takes their head off.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. That's why he knows who Mr. Edgeworth is.
Okay.
Anyways, Proto Badger, get! All right, only one more to go.
What are you getting all excited about?
Did you forget? The photo rally, duh! See, look, now that all I have to do is get a picture of the Bad Badger and I'm done!
Ah, yes. I vaguely recall a contest or something of that sort.
I'll just get the fuck out.
What? If I'm doing the bellboy, I'll be like, what? It's gone! But where did it go?
What happened? What's wrong?
A bad bachelor costume is missing, sir.
Oh, is that all? Well, it's missing because the kidnappers stole it.
I heard about how they were stolen. But they said that the only 3 of the costumes have been taken.
What? Is he saying that more than 3 of them are gone? Mr. Proto Badger, please tell me a little more about these costumes you use.
We have to walk over there.
I'm just going to walk menacingly over to you and engage a conversation. What did you mean by a bad badger costume is missing?
Why, just what I said, sir. We are one bad badger short. And with the spares, we have proved it from one hand at all time.
Wait, so because one of them is walking around the park,
The other should be in that room.
Actually, both of them should be in that room.
huh? What do you mean?
Normally, we don't use the bad badger costumes. In fact, we only use them during a certain event at the set time each day. It's the maid show, where the bad badger wreaks havoc around the park. And the other badgers must work together to apprehend him.
With a gun, apparently.
Yeah, he's a vile criminal with a gun.
Oh my god!
I'm speechless that such a show exists.
Well, so I have to try to explain to you the only time we use costume. Yes, quite.
Then doesn't that make it near impossible to take a picture of the bad badger?
Personally, I can't believe this is close to the showtime and there's no costume. Oh dear, what am I going to do with her?
All this basically means is that the kidnappers stole 4 costumes in total.
Then are you saying that there are 4 kidnappers?
No, I don't think that's very likely.
Oh?
Recall the costumes for a minute.
The stolen ones, you mean?
What proves that a 4th kidnapper does not exist?
Oh,
The
the
costume.
yeah, the
Pink one,
pink
sorry.
badge.
Yeah. Take that! If you had 4 people and you had wanted to steal a 4th costume, wouldn't you naturally go for the full set and steal a pink badger costume instead?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And yet, the kidnappers decided to steal another bad badger. I believe the culprits needed 2 bad badger costumes. The question is, why?
Why?
Is it possible that it was to shoot Mr. Colin Devoray in it?
I don't know if they're real guns. just put out
They're
there.
They're not real guns.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean the guns that the bad badger used. I mean the guns that the kidnappers used.
See.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, so he was accidentally shot with a real gun.
Well, if you're the kidnapper and you just put on a normal badger costume but have a gun, and you put on the bad badger's head, suddenly you've got a real gun. It's all part of the show.
Yeah,
Yeah. True.
Kind of worrying.
slightly, yeah.
Speaking of, I think we probably have something.
Use your mind powers.
The second bad badger costume, I believe it may be closer at hand than we think.
Huh? What do you mean?
That costume in the trash. Would you say that he's wearing some very telltale pants?
Hey, you're right. Let's get it out of here and take a look.
As I suspected, it's a bad badger costume.
Well, minus the head.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Edgeworth,
Yeah,
why
what's
do you
that-
keep
what's that
saying
hole?
that?
Well, we can see the gun is missing,
Hmm.
and I believe the... Where is it? No, it's not that. It's that. 'Cause that will show the blue badger. Or the bad badger with the gun. I believe what we have here is an inconsistency.
Between what?
Look carefully. Our costume is not holding something in its right hand that it should be.
Oh, the gun!
Precisely. The Bad Badger was designed to always hold a gun in his right hand. However,
Because he's bad.
you there. Did you remove the gun from this Bad Badger's right hand?
No, I do not, sir. The gun is supposed to be purely attached to the costume.
As I thought, the rip itself confirms my hypothesis that the gun was forcibly removed. Mr. Proto Badger, the gun is of course not a functioning weapon, correct?
Absolutely not, sir. It's just a model gun. However, it can fire blanks. We don't use them for the stage yet.
It's at this point in the show that we usually put you over to our regular weapons expert to say whether that's in fact feasible.
It is, in fact, a thing. Props in movies and stage shows are regularly filled in to use blanks, but they're still somewhat unsafe, so they would never actually be used in a stage show to point at other people.
So you could have a gun that can fire blanks but not actual rounds?
Yes.
Yeah, and also pointing guns at people in stage shows and having even a blank inside of them, because of course, as Fleming has told us before, there needs to be something in the chamber in order for the gun to cycle, is not wise because, you know.
Stuff still comes out the end.
It's
Yes.
still some kind of a projectile.
That's how you end up with
Yeah.
dead actors.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
It seems that our kidnappers also had a need for the modelled gun, my dear costume friend. Mr. Model Gun Data, Jatted Dat, was down organizer. Investigation complete.
Huzzah!
Complete.
I think we're about done with this room. Okay.
Oh, so what's next?
Well, we found a few answers, but there are still a few things left that we have to ask a certain person about. Let's go, Kay.
I like how he's actually inviting her to go with him this time rather than her following him.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Swimming at
growing
her.
on him.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. March 13th, 3:44 p.m. Wild Wild West area. I wasn't paying attention.
No worries.
Mr. Oh, nope, that's not me.
Mr. Edgewood, sir!
She's stealing your limes again, Detective.
You've got to hurry, sir! Come on!
What is it, Detective?
They found a blue badger costume down in front of the main gate, sir!
What?
Isn't that one where one of the kidnappers was wearing?
Bingo! That's why you gotta come to the main gate with me right now! If we hurry, we might still be able to get there before Wolf Boy does, sir!
All right, let's make haste to the main gate. We continue. Right now!
Gotta go fast.
I really like that Gumshoe calls Lang boy.
Wolf Boy, yes.
That amuses me
Wolf boy.
greatly.
He's a good boy.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
That-
Well,
that's
Lang is a bad
lit-
boy, but
yeah.
Gumshoe is a good,
Good
boy.
boy.
You're damn right.
March 13, 3:45 p.m. Gate Waterland Main Bridge. Whoa, what?
Those
What?
were words you said, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the
But those
costume?
were words that were written.
Where's the costume, Detective Gumshoe?
Just on the other side of the fountain, sir.
Oh no, he's decapitated.
Lost his head.
Was this out here in the open all along?
No, it was discovered in the tall grass back there.
So, you encountered a wild blue badger.
So it's confirmed that Blue Badger is a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I used a Pokeball and caught it. Then I moved it out here in order to examine it more thoroughly.
Then let's get down to it. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking cranny.
Such as
Head
that
dwarf.
the neck hole.
What do we have here?
Hey.
That's a nice one.
Hmm.
Sorry, my brother was like yelling, and I could hear him from my room.
It's okay.
Also,
okay.
like I think it came through a little bit.
That's right.
No, I didn't.
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't hear anything either.
My thing
Yeah.
lit up green. So, anyways. Oh, it's another pendant. That's 2 treasures in one day. How lucky is that? And hey, this pretty baby's made of platinum silver too.
Another pendant on top of the one we found on Mr. Deacon. Is it possible that these two... Oh. Oh, it's probably Lang.
Probably
Lang.
Probably like,
Probably
Yeah.
Lang.
Yeah.
hold it right there. Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guessed correctly.
Hands off, Mr. Prosecutor. You sure know how to cross the line, don't you?
Ah.
A pendant, huh? This is a very decisive piece of evidence.
How can you tell?
Look here and read off what you see.
Lauren... What do you say? What do you think? What does it say, Kay?
Lauren, now you're stealing my lines.
Do you
Lauren.
think Keith, huh?
Hey, it's a name that's engraved on this.
Miss Pop's pendant data jotted on an
What's
organizer.
nervously?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
I.
Ah, we have you now, Miss Kidnapper.
No, you don't understand. I.
Lolly, I can't believe you were one of the kidnappers.
You're kidding. Miss Pops was one of the kidnappers?
Yeah. It was me. I held Lance hostage.
So, Miss Pops is one of the kidnappers. But even knowing that, I can't call this case solved or over.
Hey, guys, case closed. Get the car ready, and I mean the special one for this young lady.
Hold it!
Again, Mr. Prosecutor. What is it this time?
Are you proposing that Miss Pops is also the culprit in the murder case? What happened? I thought Officer Meekins was your suspect.
We found it.
Found what?
An officer's gun. He literally dropped it in the middle of a thick patch of glass. Your country's police are a sham. Just look how careless they are.
It was Pokemon hunting. It's fine.
Yeah, he was assaulted by a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's why you don't go into the long grass without a partner Pokemon. Come on, guys. It's elementary stuff.
Elementary.
Well,
man.
he thought a gun would be equally useful.
Unfortunately, not.
Who are you calling a sham?
The officer's gun didn't show signs of being fired, so it can't have been a murder weapon.
So, Officer Meekins has been cleared of all charges. I see.
And that's when a brand new suspect comes walking onto the scene. The murder only happened because the kidnappers started fighting amongst themselves. As I recall, it was you who said that, right? Mr. Prosecutor.
Miss Pops, did you really kill Mr. Deacon?
Yes, I killed him.
I can't believe it.
Something's wrong here.
Thanks for the confession.
Objection! Agent Lang, it's much too early to declare this case closed.
Look at you, so sure of yourself.
Did you have something to say, Drifting?
No.
We've got the culprit's own confession and some very incriminating evidence. What more could you ask for?
Miss Lauren Pops,
Yeah.
I want to hear it from you. Tell me your side. All that has happened today, from the kidnapping to the murder.
But why? I'm a kidnapper and a killer. Isn't that enough?
It's fine. It's fine if you're the one behind everything, but only if that is the truth. Now then, will you tell us the truth? Or is there some reason why you can't?
I've had a change of heart. I think I'd enjoy seeing you sulk away as the losing mutt. Alright, you heard me. Let's hear all about the evil deeds you committed today.
There's Pop's confession.
The one who came up with the kidnapping plan was the butler, Mr. Deacon. We knew that we could get rich by holding Lance hostage. Mr. Amano would pay anything to get his son back after all. Everything was going according to plan, but as soon as we got the money, Mr. Deacon turned on me and tried to kill me. All went according to the Kaikaku.
There, are you satisfied she just confessed to her crimes a second time? At least you have the guts to admit what you've done. I can at least respect that much.
Miss Pops, is what you said really the truth?
Yeah.
If that is the truth, it certainly isn't the whole truth, because there is something that seems a bit too improbable in her confession.
You can't handle the truth. Be right back.
Okay.
Sure.
This is the statement.
Wait, they didn't get the money though, did they? Because the ransom drop was to be done by Edgeworth.
But they did, because they knocked me out.
Ah.
I lost the money.
Somebody knocked you out.
Someone knocked you out.
Good point. Someone did knock me out. But this is the more important thing to me. Mr. Deacon's pendant.
Oh yeah, he's the one who's dead.
Yes.
She doesn't say about like killing him in self-defense.
Objection! We got lucky there. It was one of the two pendants. Unfortunately not. Miss Potts.
Might have been both.
You really are clueless, aren't you?
What do you mean? Also, just insult me to my face, why don't you?
You never knew what your role in the kidnapping was, nor do you know who you really are. But I do, and I can show you with this piece of evidence.
Why are you showing this to me?
I have returned.
Go back.
Hello.
But now I can't hear anything. Why not?
Just in time.
Can you hear us?
Oh,
Yeah.
hello?
Hello.
Hello?
There
Hello,
we go.
Chicago?
Just in time.
Hear us now.
Oh god.
Divot, can
So,
you hear us, Divot?
What I can, hello.
Excellent.
Hello, God.
I couldn't. Yes, my son, it is I. So, what about the pendant?
This pair of wings, along with this piece of evidence, shows who you really are. Because together they make a Pegasus. Take that!
Oh.
These two pendants resemble each other, wouldn't you agree?
Mr. Devereaux's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you're right. They're the same color. They're even made of the same material.
I believe that these two pendants are actually one. Shall we give it a try?
Wow, it's totally Pegasus.
And so Pegasus.
Match up with Mr. Deacons.
You're a smart lady. I'm sure you can imagine why that might be.
No, what? No, that can't be.
Don't go cutting your hair. Jesus.
So the two make a set. It's just another trinket. It's not as though this changes anything.
You lack imagination, Agent Lang. Very well, I'll show you with this evidence. A dossier. Because that reveals Mr. Deacon's background. Take that! Oliver Deacon was just an alias for this man. His real name was Colin Devereux, the name that is etched on the horse pendant.
What? An alias?
I suppose he had to hide the fact that he was a felon somehow in order to live. And it makes sense given what is written on Mr. Devereux's dossier. What I really wanted to point out was this. The specific section is what reveals the true meaning behind those pendants. So we go.
His
Oh,
daughter.
we thought my head where his wife
His
and
wife and
Oh.
daughter.
Daughter, yes. Take that! Mr. Devereux had one daughter, and her name is Lauren Potts.
That's a lie. That person was not my father.
He could have come out and tell you
Feelings, Lauren.
that your feelings, Lauren. You know it to be true. He could have come out and tell you he was your father because he was in hiding. However, I believe he was trying to secretly watch over you. Do you still believe that a man like that could kill the daughter he was separated from? Or even that such a man would allow his daughter to get involved in a kidnapping plot?
Not so fast.
And what is so funny, Agent Lang?
You're good at making things up in your head and deciding it's truth, aren't you?
What are you trying to say?
That you learned the best from Phoenix.
Oh! Oh!
911, I would like to report a murder.
Apply
Freeze,
water to
Edward,
burn
freeze!
area.
Your
Guide
thinking
patients
is
down in the recovery position.
your thinking is much too innocent. After all, I thought of another possibility.
Is that so? Well, let's hear it. Now against Lang,
Haha!
another possibility.
I'll grant you that the two of them are father and daughter. But isn't it possible that they both knew that fact? It was no coincidence that the Rena pair became involved in the House of Amano. And the two of them made good use of their meetings to plan this little kidnapping. Weren't you saying my scenario is perfectly probable as well?
So, this is his version of how...
In everywhere.
So, this is his version of how things might have been.
You don't have any proof that either one didn't know of their true relationship, right?
You mean they knowingly committed the kidnapping as father and daughter?
That's right. As one really rotten family.
Is that really what happened? I'd better take a long, hard look at the evidence.
Are you saying you must look?
Look harder. Rebut me, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it! Precisely. And what father would ever willingly kill his own daughter?
Not so fast. I've seen a lot of things in my travels. And I can tell you that being related by blood is sometimes proof of nothing.
Interesting.
Hold it! You think they knew?
Yeah, I don't think only the victim knew. I think the girl realized it as well. They both knew who the other person was, but they had to pretend that they didn't.
I'm still standing right here, guys.
Because he was on the lam?
You got it. The victim couldn't exactly go around flaunting who he was. Furthermore, I'm spitting all over the screen.
Hold it! Wipe that off your face. What is a butler and what is a friend of the son, you mean?
They probably thought that was their best shot.
Is that what you honestly believe?
Of course.
Hold it! You mean how they plotted to commit this crime as blood relatives?
Can you think of a better partner? They're certainly a clever pair.
A butler and the girlfriend. No one would ever suspect that they were, in fact, family.
Yes, from the very beginning, they painstakingly practiced those roles as well.
Hold it. I believe you're being a bit too overconfident for someone with no evidence.
Am I? Because I don't see you presenting evidence to the contrary.
That evidence to counter him, we're stuck at a draw. Agent Lang isn't wrong, his scenario is certainly a probable one.
Oh, you better hurry up and do something, or Lauren's gonna wind up looking real bad.
I know, but first things first, is Agent Lang's line of logic factually correct? Did the two of them really knowingly commit the crime as father and daughter? Alright guys, throw it out there, because I'm definitely coming up blank here.
Right, cheers.
Oh.
Can you go through the Lang statements again? please?
Yeah. Well, can we look at the dossier again too?
Both new there. So I guess they reunited his parents.
That's what I know.
Two of them make use of the analog kidnapping.
I don't know.
Let's go through our evidence.
Okay. Fat pamphlet, not going to be useful. Blue Badger Bible, not going to be useful. Badger's Head, not useful.
No.
Not useful.
No.
Stolen
No.
costumes. Mr. Deacon's murder notes.
If anything,
No.
I feel that the dossier would be
Yeah.
one, but we'll have to
Can we
take a
see that
look
again?
at it.
Yeah, let's look at the dossier.
Yeah.
There it is.
I mean,
Whereabouts
not that I
Lang
can read
after
it with
his escape from Penitent prison. Stole the gun from a guard during his escape. We thought he might head for where his wife and sole daughter are, but despite our surveillance, he has yet to show up.
Alright, let's.
so he wouldn't know she's there.
Yeah.
Objection! Agent Lang, if you could take a look at this piece of evidence,
Oh no.
you'd see that there is a very big flaw in your logic.
No, it's not.
Oh,
The
are you sure
music-
it's not your eyes that are flawed?
The music didn't change.
Talk to me again when you can see straight.
Maybe this wasn't the piece I was looking for after all.
Then I have no
What was
idea,
the
honestly.
Yeah, let's make a
So maybe
confidence
it's a different statement.
Confidence save? I completely agree, but we're confident enough that we're going to save.
Yeah.
Hang on, Lang, we need to save.
Confidence save.
statement.
Yeah.
I completely understand.
Let's. What other?
I mean, I do think that's the right piece of evidence, just
Yeah, we need to find the
Yeah.
right.
Which statement?
probably the statement of, isn't it possible that they know each other?
Yes, I grant you two that. Is it possible they both knew that
Yeah.
fact?
No, it isn't.
Well, hang on.
Oh, bitch!
Bitch.
Is it the?
Good
Is
lord.
it the? Is it?
They wouldn't know who's in the costume.
Oh yeah, of
Oh.
course.
Christ.
Oh.
You're right.
Bitch! I love that.
Objection. That's so. Oh no. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
No, because
but-
they need to plan the. They need to plan the kidnapping first. I think
Yeah.
the
I'm just
penance
giving
are
a scene.
separated, right? The penance are separated, right?
Yeah.
And they're supposed to come together.
Right.
There's no coincidence. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to link it though. Father and daughter was both with the poet. There's no coincidence. The reunited pair.
I think that's where you got to present the costumes.
You think so?
Yeah, that one.
I really don't know.
We don't remember.
What? Well,
Yeah, there
music
it
stop.
is.
The
Objection.
music changed.
Yep, there we go.
This kidnapping wasn't planned by just two people. Oh, of course, there was three people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. Dorp.
It's okay. It
I
does
want a
exist.
head desk so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what kind?
And what kind of proof do you have of that?
Quite
Stop
simply.
trying to steal my lines or I'll arrest you.
Quite simply, there were 3 kidnappers.
Three!
Kidnappers.
I love his random material arts post.
Yeah. 4 costumes were stolen from the Wild Wild West area backroom. We found one of them in the kidnappers' hideout. But as for the other 3, we can assume they were being worn by 3 different people. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs that were used in the hideout. It all clearly points to a 3-man group. And I believe this 3rd person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping.
Who? Who is this mastermind?
It was me all along.
It was I got passed.
Oh, we've got to actually pick someone. There's only one person that fits, in my opinion. The victim, Lance Amano.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take that.
Huh.
Lance Amano?
Yes, this abduction was, in fact, schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us.
Oh, it's me, sorry.
Did you see the faces of your kidnappers?
Oh, sorry.
Didn't see the face of 2. One was a woman.
However,
Yeah.
there were 3 kidnappers, which is a direct contradiction to what he said.
But
Oh, sorry. It's hard to see Lance and Lang, it's very similar.
Well, officer, I can speak for myself. But I know I only saw 2 people.
this guy was being held hostage. It's possible he can see all 3 of them.
Ah, yes, about when you were being held. I have my doubts about what happened then. Lance, would you mind telling us what happened while you were being held captive?
I really don't remember much anymore, honest.
Well, that's not true.
But if I don't tell you at least something, you won't believe me at all, will you?
No, not at all. In fact, we don't even believe you now.
I think you're biased against me, aren't you?
Yes.
I was kidnapped yesterday morning. They had me shot in that room, blindfolded the entire time. My kidnappers suddenly disappeared around the time I had rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck that they left me alone. I made my escape and ran away from the room as fast as I could.
He's peeking.
He's peeking, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Can I just say I love how no one bothered to take the handcuffs off him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I like it that way.
Through what you get up to is in your own
going
time
to
is your own business, Mr. Romano.
Sir, can you please put those kinks away in public?
Jokes on you, I'm into that shit.
Kink shaming is my kink.
Through the underground passageway, I presume.
Maybe.
Are you okay?
I'm sorry, I really didn't want to recall that horrible ordeal, but
Everyone suddenly sus.
now you believe me, right?
No, not quite yet.
Drat. How can you not? Why do you look at me with the icy daggers in your eyes?
Because he's a prosecutor, and they're all like that.
I'll have you know, Agent Lang, a prosecutor's eyes are for discerning the truth. And should they be interpreted to be cruel at times, then so be it.
Huh.
There's a sticking point in Lance's testimony. Let's see what he offers up when I push a little.
Well,
Push
see if
button.
he's gonna come unstuck, shall we?
Let's do this.
Oh,
Oh, no.
it's going
Oh,
crouching.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
crunch has arrived.
Crunch has arrived. It's fine. It was gonna arrive eventually.
Crunch!
There we go. Can you tell us about when you were abducted in a little more detail?
It was a strange one. Like I was right in the middle of a great call.
And where were you when you experienced this car?
A family garden, of course. Where else could I have been?
Well, excuse me for asking. This child is more princess than prince.
I was out taking a walk to shake off the morning blonde. Then, out of the blue, someone from behind claps a hand over my mouth.
You didn't see your attacker?
They must have used some drug to knock me out. Because I've seen a lot of movies, and of course chloroform works very quickly, right? Except in real life it doesn't. Because before I knew it, I was off in La La Land again.
Another good movie.
I don't recall any chloroform usage in La La Land. Maybe I wasn't attentive.
I've sniffed chloroform before. Not great smell. Would not recommend.
Yeah, but it doesn't take you out in an instant.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
When I woke up, wasn't the kidnappers' hideout already all tied up?
No, you know what? I'm not letting this pass. Shadow, why were you sniffing chloroform?
I was about to elaborate actually. I was using chloroform for, I can't remember what I was using chloroform for, but it was part of a lab thing when I was at university.
Very suspicious.
I think I was using chloroform on bacteria. Or was it cyanide? I can't remember. I definitely used cyanide to poison yeast cells. What?
Okay.
I have questions
Hold
that
it.
I don't want the answer to.
I'm now kind of terrified that you know very intimately both chloroform and cyanide.
Look, I don't know how to get either of those, and getting cyanide would involve milling down some like apricot seeds, and I don't have time for that shit.
I'd like.
Apple seeds.
I would like to say hi to the jury who are watching this video back as evidence.
Look, I didn't.
By that
Sure.
room, you mean
We believe you, Shadow.
By that room, you mean the room in the kidnapper's hideout, correct?
Oh yeah, but I was blindfolded the whole time, so I did not know that until I made my escape.
Then you were in the same room as your kidnappers.
Well, they spoke in hushed tones, but I could catch bits of the conversation. There was definitely two people, and one of them was definitely a woman. I was so scared. I could tell they were nearby, so I didn't dare make a move.
Also, disclaimer: don't sniff the chemicals you're working with.
Yeah. Also, would this video actually be admissible in court?
Probably not.
I'm actually kind of interested.
Unless it's the H20 world, in which case, definitely. Hold it! The kidnappers disappeared.
And the room fell into sudden silence. I had been left behind like an unwanted mutt.
And what do you mean by unwanted mutt? Okay.
Yes. What a pointless question. It's not like he's going to tell you anything new, you know.
Oh, it's a poetic simile. You should learn how to use them too.
I'm going to suplex this boy.
I'm gonna yank his lugs off.
You may look refined on the outside with your ruff and everything. It's no good if you're not refined on the inside as well.
Takes one to know one, doesn't it?
Hold it. Then those cuffs on your wrists, I suppose you are still cuffed in any case.
Oh, I'm well aware of how I am chained to reality. I couldn't find the key, so I'm afraid that I'm stuck like Even though I escaped from that jail cell, I will forever be a prisoner.
To be fair, they look loose and you can probably just slip them off.
Yeah.
Hold it. How did you manage to escape?
I want to just get out of there. The door leading to outside was locked. Which is why I had to use the underground passageway to make my escape.
Also, does this world then just not have firefighters who can easily free him out of the scuffs?
I remember our
I
escape.
didn't want to.
I remember our escape to be equally as hard. This is an invaluable piece of testimony. I must let it go unexamined. Well, we know this is a lie. Was it locked?
Yeah, of course, because...
Objection! You say the door leading out was locked, but was it really?
Yeah.
We're talking about that room behind the saloon front, right? Look, I heard that it took quite a few of my men to get that thing open, right? Shana?
Yeah,
Yes, that's correct. No,
She has
the other
two
side of
voices now, it's fine.
it.
Yep, double
Part
voice.
of Mystique.
Yeah. She should
Yeah.
have two
I think
voices.
you were voiced. Sheena was voiced by Kay in the previous episode, so
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember, sorry.
that's right.
Well, if you wouldn't mind speaking for her in unison, it would be fine.
It's so hard on Discord though. No.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's too hard. I would, but I can't.
Then take a look at this.
What is that? A sword? It's not especially reliable when it's broken like that.
Allow me to start from the end. My conclusion is that door was never locked. It was simply held shut by the sword, which was used to jam the handle. But even though your hands were cuffed together, you could still use them. If that's the case, then why did you not just simply remove the sword and escape?
Why didn't I? I was disoriented. All the chloroform, you know. Yes, that's it. I didn't notice it. It's so small.
As if I should accept such a bold-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. But you did not, in fact, possess the key to the door. That is why you used the prop sword to improvise and create a prison of your very own.
Not so fast. You've been making this guy out to be one of the kidnappers for some time now.
Yes.
I wonder if you've forgotten something very important along the way.
And what would that be?
A motive. What else? You honestly think that an upright, pure boy like him
Pure?
would hatch up a completely pointless scheme such as kidnapping himself?
Yes, actually.
Objection! This proves that Lance did indeed have a motive to commit this crime. Oh wow, put me on the spot game.
I mean, people don't...
The loan!
Yes.
Take that! To put it simply, Lance has a very urgent need for money. This is hardly your typical love letter. It is in fact a collections bill. It appears our upstanding boy has accumulated quite a debt. Isn't that right, Lance?
Looks like it's hard being the son of a rich man too. Must be rough when you have to resort to stealing from your old man, huh?
Oh, right, I give up. I abducted myself.
And
It's over, Lolly. In this life, we really are bound to our fates after all. All I wanted to do is go with you to a new town somewhere where no one would know us. I wanted us to be well off with $1 million, but now the dream is so.
Lance, it's not like 1 million would have gotten us any further.
Then you are giving yourself up.
Yes, I had planned to run away from this world with my lolly. All of Vivian helped us with a plan, but then he had to go and stab us in the back.
He turned on you.
Maybe he didn't want to split the ransom money. That's my guess. It happened almost right after you made the trouble. Also, my ears look very much like my father's.
Mm-hmm.
When we were alone, he attacked me all of a sudden. After a struggle, I was able to contain him and keep him under control. And I probably shot him standing up, so that will be the point of your contradiction. We left him inside the room as Lolly and I made out to escape. We wore different costumes and split up. Lolly left dressed in a blue badger costume.
That would mean that the person Officer Meekin saw was Miss Potts.
But right there, the old man just had to wake up. I was careless and he tackled me via heart from behind. Then Oliver put on a bad badger costume. Took the suitcase with $1 million and ran. I contacted Lolly right away and warned her that he had a gun. They had no idea that they were related, so I thought that it could only end badly.
I still don't believe it. That person was not my father. Because if he was, I just killed my own father.
Ah,
Lolly, then it really was you.
Dang.
I do think that it's cute that he calls her Lolly.
yes.
Yeah.
Chain of events.
That man was not my father. I mean, because at the stadium, there was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with the 1 million in it. Pulling? Okay. But that badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead.
Oh,
opposed to shoot
but
me
it's
alive.
not a real gun.
That's why I used the gun I got from Lance. There was a gunshot, the other person crumbled to the ground, and I ran, scared for my life.
I think the big picture is finally coming into the focus, don't you?
Lolly, forgive me. I didn't think it would turn into something so frightening. If only I could have protected you.
Oh, Miss Pops, she shot her own dad without even knowing who he really was?
If what she says is true,
Are you saying she's lying? But why would she lie about something like that? What purpose would it serve?
you would be surprised how often people lie without even realizing it themselves, Kay.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
What I mean is, listen very carefully to her confession once more, and you'll see. One thing that did poke out with me was,
Can we please press some of her statements since we didn't the last time she was on screen?
oh sure. Hold it! Please calm down and let's slowly talk through this.
But
All you have to do is simply tell us what happened at the stadium. Leave it to us to search out the truth. Can you do that for me?
Right. So at the stadium,
Hold it. That was the ransom money, wasn't it?
yes, that's how I was able to identify Mr. Deacon almost immediately. It was all thanks to what Lance told me.
And what did he tell you?
Well, he called me on my cell phone and told me that Mr. Deacon had betrayed us and had run off with the ransom money. and about how he had a gun.
Hold it! Were you able to clearly see the gun?
Yes, I got a very good look at it while it was pointed at me. Oh, Father, why would you try to shoot me?
Yeah, but he had a fake gun. Or one of them had a fake gun.
Oh, do you really think a father would shoot his own daughter, Mr. Edgeworth?
I don't know.
I don't want to believe it myself.
But did he
But it's
think
true,
that...
my father's left arm was raised with a gun in it.
Yes,
No!
Hannah?
It can't
he was
be,
right-handed,
because-
girl.
Yeah, he's right-handed!
Ah!
Yeah.
I knew that would come back later. I know my Chekhov's
Pointed
guns.
straight at me. I'm about to die, I thought.
Miss Pops, please calm down and take a deep breath. And then, would you allow me to please hear that last statement one more time?
Yes, of course.
I've written enough Chekhov guns to recognize them when I see them.
I'm still going to press, as per Drifting's
Oh,
desire.
of course.
And you felt that your life was in danger, correct?
Yes, I'm about to die, I thought. So...
Oh.
Hold it. You shot Mr. Deacon.
Miss Pops.
Yes, I shot him.
And that, as they say, is that.
Agent Lang. Miss Pops is far from done. She hasn't even finished her testimony yet.
You're gonna continue questioning her? What a waste of time.
Miss Pops, if you please.
Alright.
What I was going to say
One-
before
one
she
time.
completed her statement... sorry, Drifting, you were...
Yeah, no, I was just having a fight with my mic again, it's fine.
Okay, yeah. What I was going to say before the statement came up was... did she know it was her... Did he know it was her?
Good question. Good question.
Yeah. Did he know it was her, and did she know it was him? Because they're all in costumes, but it can't be him because wrong gun hand.
Did you take off immediately following the gunshot?
Yeah.
And you didn't attempt to approach the victim at all after he was shot?
I was scared.
I don't blame you. I would have done the exact same thing. Poor Miss Pops. What will become of her, Mr. Edgeworth?
She seems to be telling the truth regarding what happened at the stadium. However, I don't believe it to be absolutely correct. Listen very carefully to her confession once more and you'll see. Well, we now know what we're going to present. The dossier. Objection! I have here a dossier on your father. And according to this, the father was right-handed. The person pointing a gun at you was from atop the stage, was not Mr. Deacon.
Not so fast. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. I think you need to take a refresher course.
But I
The
took
Bad
two
Badger has
bad
a model
badgers.
gun attached to his right hand. Which is why the only hand he could have used on the real gun was with his left. Isn't it possible that it went down like that?
Agent Lang, were you paying attention to what Miss Pops was saying? And again, I suppose I can't expect someone who has never set foot in our court to catch it.
Enough with the smugness. Out of it already.
Miss Pops told us earlier.
There was a bad badger put in the suitcase with the 1 million in it. And they stole 2 bad badger costumes.
So which hand was he pulling the suitcase with if he had two guns?
according to you, the Bad Badger had the gun in his left hand, which would mean that he was pulling the suitcase with his right hand. Is that correct, Miss Potts?
Yes, exactly. And I'm sure it was the Bad Badger. It had those huge sunglasses on its face.
But if that's the case, even I can see there's a huge contradiction.
Yes, Miss Potts claims to have seen the Bad Badger, and yet the Bad Badger had both of his hands full. These two pieces of information contradict each other, so one must be wrong.
Did she shoot the mirror?
Well, both are correct because
No.
she's got the Bad Badger lower half and the Bad Badger the Bad Badger head, and then the other one's lower half.
They are both correct.
Impossible. That just leaves us with an irresolvable contradiction.
Miss Potts' entire statement rests on the fact that she saw his sunglasses and beard. What if that Bad Badger wasn't wearing pants on his lower half? This proves that there was a way for the Bad Badger to freely use both of his hands.
The costume was on the Bad Badger one.
Well, if the Bad Badger wasn't wearing pants, she would not have been focusing on the beard and the sunglasses.
Take that. The costumes have two parts of them, a head and the body.
Oh, I get it now.
The head Miss Potts saw was probably really the head of the Bad Badger. However, is it not possible that the body was that of an entirely different badger?
Oh,
Different
sweating.
Badger?
Yes. Or to put it more bluntly, I believe it was the lower half of this badger.
Blue Badger.
The body of the blue Bad Badger Miss Potts saw really belonged to this badger. I think it would be the Proto Badger.
Take that!
Take that.
What the heck is it? Who is
The
that?
Shina.
It's the Proto Badger.
Yes, and it's a simple matter of process elimination. Miss Potts is wearing the blue badger costume, so we can eliminate that one. And the pink badger is of the wrong color, which would have been incredibly obvious. All that is left is the Proto Badger costume. Miss Potts, who was the one who wore the Proto Badger costume?
That would be Lance.
Who you saying what I think you are? Sorry. That Lance Amano donned the Bad Badger's head and pretended to be Mr. Deacon. On top of which, he plotted to shoot Miss Pops while wearing that hideous thing.
The stage that was set up in the stadium was nothing more than a setup. And its
He
purpose...
wanted her to shoot him with a blank gun.
And its
And he
purpose...
pretended to die.
Because he
ran in shock.
he gave her a gun with a blank in it. And its purpose was to lead Miss Potts into believing she had committed murder. Standing there in front of Miss Potts and pretending to be the victim, it was all done so that she would pull the trigger.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sweaty boy.
Why exactly would I have had to do all that, huh?
There is but one reason, Lance Amano. You are the real culprit behind the murder of Mr. Oliver Deacon.
What?
No!
That's slander. Take it back. You take it back right now.
Just out of curiosity, Lance, which is your dominant hand?
I'm left-handed. What does that have to do with anything?
It depends. According to Miss Potts, her attacker held a gun in his left hand.
So fast. Ha! Who is one-handed doesn't prove a thing. And besides, now you're just being absurd. It's not like the Proto Badger is bulletproof. Well, misfire and he would have been found himself dead, right?
Objection! Of course. Logically, if he had been shot, he probably wouldn't be here with us. But I believe he had thought of that as well and prepared accordingly. And
Only
this,
he had a real gun.
and this should be all the evidence you need. This is how Lance made sure he wouldn't be hit by a bullet. because he took it from the ripped Bad Badger costume.
Take that!
Take that! We found one half of the Bad Badger costume in the hideout, a broken one. It was not the same one that the victim was wearing, plus it was missing something. And that something is the model gun that the Bad Badger carries, which can fire blanks.
What?
Miss Potts, where is the gun you use now?
I threw it away into the sea.
That makes it a bit tough to verify what it was, although I believe that we can safely assume that it was the model gun in question.
Not so fast. I've heard enough. All you've been spouting so far is pure conjecture.
I admit that as long as the model gun is lost to us, I can't prove I'm right. However, I can say that the probability that I am right is very high.
Okay, let's pretend that you're right, and that the murders at the stadium was a fabrication. In that case, why do you think the murder really took place, Mr. Prosecutor?
I don't know yet.
I knew you were full of it.
However, I do believe that the murder took place during an earlier time frame.
Please wait a second. It's simply not possible. Because I saw Mr. Deacon after he was restrained by Lance.
She saw the victim in the state of being restrained? This I didn't expect. What Miss Puff saw.
I came back to the hideout long after the other two. By that time, Lance had already subdued and restrained Mr. Deacon. He had tied Mr. Deacon securely to the beam in the room next door. After that, the two of us put on our costumes and made our escape.
Is that Mr. Deacon or you?
Also, was the restrained Mr. Deacon in a costume with a head and all?
Well, Lance says he took
Hang on
another
a second,
costume
my
after he
mic is
escaped.
being dumb again.
Yeah, sure.
So, Mr. Deacon must have escaped after the two of you left, right?
I got it.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I think I got it.
Tension if we left together, so I left first. After the stage in the stadium. Then, as I was walking through the park, I got a call from Lance on my cell phone.
Oliver managed to escape. It looked like he was waiting until I was alone. He also stole the gun from me at the time.
And then, the murder happened. Mr. Deacon must have overheard their plan to meet up at the stage. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, Miss Pop saw the victim with her own eyes. Which means that the victim was still alive at that time. Wouldn't you agree?
Why does that sound wrong to me? There must be something amiss about this account. Let's see what happens when I examine it in more detail. I think the restrained Mr. Deacon was actually Edgeworth in a costume.
That's
That's a great idea, yeah.
Let's press.
Hold it!
Hold it. When exactly did you arrive back at the hideout?
It was after we had picked up the ransom money.
And where were you up until the time of you returned?
I was scouting the park and making preparation for our escape. I walked around the various areas looking for the best route.
So each of them had their own roles to play.
After I was done, I went back to the hideout.
Hold it. How did Lance look at that time?
He looked shocked. He also looked a little down. When I saw that sadness in his eyes,
Thank you, that's enough for now. And what of Mr. Deacon? What was his situation like? Hold it. You are sure that it was Mr. Deacon that you saw?
Yeah. I'm certain of what I saw.
Did you go into the other room to check?
Nan said it was best if I didn't get too close to him. Lance is such a kind soul.
Now, are you telling me that you did not confirm that it was Mr. Deacon for yourself?
I checked through the slit in the door that separates the two rooms. He had a bad badger's head on, so I'm absolutely sure. Right, girl. That just had to be Mr. Deacon.
Yeah, I wonder
Yeah.
if you're right, Ebak.
She
Yeah,
put
I think he
all
was.
Lance had to do is put the bad badger head
Yeah.
on Edgeworth while he was unconscious.
Yeah, and
Mm.
It's like it's totally him, but he has a head on. How can you be sure?
Yeah, didn't Edward say something like he heard the kidnappers?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so they must have been too far ahead, and the
Yes.
bit about the beam is just too specific.
Yeah, and there was a beam in the room.
Yeah.
That he might have been tied to.
Yeah.
She saw a bad badger head? Hold it. So the tied up Mr. Deacon was still in his bad badger costume.
Yes, and
It would appear that she misread the whole situation. What now? Should I raise an objection?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
The person you saw was not the victim.
what? What?
I will tell you why not. With this.
Aha!
This, Miss Pop, shows us that the person you saw was not the victim. The bad badger's head.
Take that!
Miss Pops, the person you saw was not Mr. Deacon at all.
Huh?
The
It was
person
me!
you actually saw was this person.
It was me, Dio!
It was me all along!
It was me.
Huh? That was you, Mr. Edgeworth?
I always thought it was a bit odd. Why would the kidnappers abduct me even after I had handed over the ransom?
Funsies.
It's not as though I saw the face of the kidnapper. If I were them, I would have just taken the $1 million and gone. But in the end, there was a point to it all. It was to make me look like Mr. Deacon. And if that was the reason for which I was abducted, then I believe we can assume that the victim was already dead at that time. Well, Lance, am I right?
That's...
You showed, Miss Pops, a person, namely me, with a bad badger's head on, and then made your costumes escape together. Or so you pretended.
Huh? What do you pretended?
Exactly that. I believe Lance watched you escape, and then doubled back to the hideout, probably to come and remove the bad badger head from my unconscious self. And to create his fake prison, with a corrupt sword, he then escaped via the passageway.
Not so fast. Hold your tongue, boy. Don't get caught up in that tidal wave of words coming out of Mr. Prosecutor's mouth.
Tidal
Looks
wave.
like Lance is basically hiding behind Lang. It's
That is great, yes.
Yeah. Save me, Mr. Wolf!
We've heard a lot come out of you, but I've yet to see a shed of evidence. The victim's betrayal and his subsequent detainment. All of that could have happened while you were up cold.
That's right. You were out for quite a while, Mr. Prosecutor.
Look, I've already had this happen on a plane. I am not in the fucking mood.
Even if
sleep deprived AF.
Even if that were the case, Miss Pops would have still seen me tied to that beam.
I was scared of Mr. Deacon, so I didn't go into the next room. So I really have no idea if you were in there or not, Mr. Edgeworth.
You see, it would seem that you can't prove a thing.
Who did say that?
Hold it! Hold it! Everyone just say hold it, so we'll get it right.
Hold it!
Hold it!
Hold it, Mr. Edgeworth!
Who said that?
I think I might. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
please, wait.
Mr. Romano!
Miles, my boy, it looks like you're really giving it your all. It's not good to cause trouble for others.
But don't embarrass me in front of the wolf.
Let's see. You are the one in charge of the investigation, correct? Yeah, that's right. Welcome to Divot Talks to himself. I'm sorry that my son has been nothing but trouble. He's probably won't make up for anything, but I have some evidence for you. Oh, do you now?
I just need to interject, and I'm just like, are we about to hit the old son? I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
Is that what I think it is?
Well then.
Who's saying that?
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't
Yeah.
see the name.
Yeah, no, I can only just about see it.
The bad badger costume the victim was wearing, and a gun!
Oh my
I
god!
have to say that every single time. I'm sorry.
With a gun.
That's Ernest, by the way.
Yeah, it's Ernest.
I couldn't wait around for the police, so I went and found these myself. It appears that they were disposed of in the sea. Ah! Is there no one in this country who actually obeys the law?
No, you're in an Ace Attorney game.
There. Now, Agent Lang, please calm down. What the heck is that scrap of paper?
It says I could do whatever I want. Gina?
Yeah, I was taking a second to process the this says I can do what I want. Okay. This appears to be a letter from the chief of police.
The holder of this letter is allowed to do whatever the hell he wants.
Please allow Mr. Alano complete freedom to do as he sees fit. Holy shit.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
I'm
sorry,
I can do what I want card.
I'm sorry, Miss Shikino, can you repeat that, please?
Please allow Mr. Amano complete freedom to do as he sees fit, it says.
What?
Why can't I get one of those?
The chief of police? What the? Just who the heck does he think he is?
The chief of police, sir.
I was going to say that, but you beat me to it.
Gina?
Yeah, the person who wields the highest authority in this area.
There. There is no need to be so upset. I'm not a cop from this land. So I'm not bound by the laws of your country. Now. Oh, no. Damn it, I mixed it up. This wasn't meant to strong-arm you into anything. It's just a request. I'm only asking that you please respect the laws of the land. I can't really say no to that. However, returning to the topic at hand. It doesn't matter who found the evidence. Its fire remains unchanged. Alright now, let's take a look at this new evidence. I've already got through this off the back. I've had its visual for it and I'm on good terms with conductors.
Suspicious.
I've verified that the blood this question belonged to one. As for the gun, the only fingerprints they could find were yours, Lauren.
What?
Disappoint me, Lance.
There it is.
I can't believe that you would, caused by such stress and heartache. Thank goodness I was able to find the final pieces of evidence.
Very sad.
Thus, you'll have no reason left to push my poor boy around.
That's it? These are the case-making pieces of evidence?
Sus!
I'll be the judge of that.
Sus!
Alright, let's...
Edgeworth, stop
into
saying
every
that.
suspicious
Edgeworth will not
granny.
rest until he's extracted every suspicious belief of granny.
Indeed.
What's there inside the head?
That's...
Yeah.
I would have examined that bullet hole first.
Yeah,
Bullet hole.
ball.
Yeah.
This bullet hole...
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Looks kind of burnt around the edges.
Wait. Those burn marks were left by the gunpowder. This is the most important fact.
Why is that?
Because it is proof that the victim was shot at point-blank range.
Yep.
Almost as if
And he would be standing as well. So he's got two guns here.
Could this gun be the actual murder weapon? Revolver data jotted down to my organizer.
This other gun.
Let's do the other gun. Oh, you can't examine the other gun. All right. What's this? Looks like there's something inside the costume's head.
Oh, it's the glass.
yeah, from the mirror.
Yeah. Why was the glass?
Okay.
No, that head had to be on the floor when the glass shattered, because how else would the glass be inside? Or when he was shot?
Yes.
Also, that's K again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, they sparkle. I bet they're really valuable. They're glass. Okay.
Sorry, but they're just pieces of a mirror. But why are they in here? Mirror fragments, data jotted down into my organizer.
So there were two heads, one of which was on Edgeworth's head, and the other one which was in the kidnapper room.
Well,
Well-
have you something?
Oh,
I was letting Sarah
Yep,
finish
you.
talking.
I'm stealing. No, I'm stealing your lines. It's fine.
And arrest her at once, sir. Well, are these not the most definitive pieces of evidence you've ever seen?
Thank you, Tad. And this would be enough to convince even Mr. Edgeworth over there.
Wrong! That's the most wrong statement I've heard in a while.
Decisive evidence.
Make no mistake. These are fingerprints on that murderous gun. And they prove that it was Lolly who killed Oliver.
I'm still standing right here.
But Oliver was also after Lolly's life. So, Mr. Edgeworth, even you must see that Lolly was only acting in self-defense.
The fingerprints on the weapon, huh?
No, this isn't helpful at all.
Look, Mr. Edgeworth. All I want to do is to save Lolly.
I doubt.
But in the end, all I can do is watch on as she takes the punishment for her crimes.
Wow, you're kind of an asshole.
That may be
I
all you
know,
can do.
right?
However, I still have a case to solve and a job to do. The job of unraveling your insidious lie.
You wound me. Why would you not believe me even in the face of all this evidence?
Decisive.
Press me, I tell you.
Let's do it. Hold it.
Did it.
Those fingerprints. Are you sure they belong to Miss Potts?
There is no mistake about it. For my convictions, I had the best forensic techniques money can buy before.
I find that to be a bit peculiar.
What? Are you trying to make an argument with me?
What should I do? Should I raise an objection?
Of course.
If only we had our own forensics expert.
Frankly,
Yeah, where am I?
frankly,
Where am I?
frankly, I don't believe that Miss Potts' print should be on that gun to begin with. And the reason why Miss Potts' print should not be on that gun is because
She was in a costume.
she was in a costume.
Take that!
Take that! It's simple. It's simply not possible for Miss Potts to have left any prints on the murder weapon. Because while she was at the stadium, Miss Potts was wearing a costume.
But there's been no mistake. We found the fingerprints.
Well, Miss Potts, do you remember touching the gun at all at any time?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did hold it for a bit back in the hideout. I handed it off to Mr. Deacon when he and Lance left for the haunted house.
To retrieve the ransom money, I suppose. And there you have it.
This girl is all over the place.
That is when Miss Potts' prints found their way onto the gun. Do you understand now, Mr. Romano? The fingerprints do nothing to prove that Miss Potts is the murderer.
But still don't have anything to prove that she isn't the killer, right?
You seem very adamant about insisting that your girlfriend is a cold-blooded killer.
Lance?
What? No way. I'm incredibly worried about it.
Yeah, sure.
Worried about your fucking ribbon there.
But I'm not worried about it. It's industry grade material. I can target it all day. But that doesn't change the fact that you don't have any evidence, right?
That's where you're wrong. I have the evidence.
What? How?
The story that Miss Pops killed the victim at the stage in the stadium. The whole affair is simply not true, because that was not the real crime scene, but a setup. This proves the real murder was not committed at the stadium at all. I'm guessing.
Isn't it the gun?
Glad?
No.
Yeah, it's the...
Yeah, point blank. Couldn't have been point blank.
Yes.
They're on the stadium.
Take that!
Take that. I also don't think there's any blood in there. Let's take another good look at the costume the victim was wearing. I believe you'll see why I insist that he was not shot at the stadium. It's the only thing I think it could be. I was thinking maybe a lack of blood, but
Take that!
yeah.
No, the seawater may have washed it out
Yeah,
by
good
then.
point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The burn around this bullet hole was made when the victim was shot at point-blank range.
And any blood residue would be inside.
Hmm. Okay.
Ah, so you mean the murder Miss Oldbag saw at the stadium really was?
Yes, she saw two people, but they were separated by a distance. If the victim was indeed shot from below the stage, there shouldn't be a gunpowder burn.
Look at you, Mr. Smarty Pants Prosecutor. Since you seem to know all the answers, why not tell us where the real crime scene is then?
We can now.
Lance set,
Yes, with a glass.
Lance set me up to look like Mr. Deacon back at the hideout. If that's the case, the murder must have happened prior to that. The location where Lance and the victim were at just before I was imprisoned was... Got it. I know the real scene of the murder. The real location of which the Deacon was killed is here, at the haunted house. I think it's not unreasonable to assume that the murder took place in the haunted house.
The haunted house?
Yes, and I have proof that it is highly likely that the victim was killed there. Proves the real scene of crime was the haunted house.
The glass in my
The mirror fragments. Take that! These were inside the costume the victim was wearing. They're fragments of a mirror.
A mirror? I want to have it. Yep. I said the line, carry on.
Indeed! You don't exactly expect to find pieces of a mirror inside a costume.
Baseline?
Yeah, that's actually pretty dangerous. I was getting there.
Yeah,
sorry, I-
it's fine. Sometimes it can take a bit of time because there's a delay between us and the States.
Yeah, The States!
The States! However, there is one place I can think of where there is a plethora of mirror fragments. And that is the haunted house. Lance Amano, I propose that you kill Mr. Deacon with a revolver in the haunted house.
Oh,
I call that Cluedo.
I was waiting for that.
Or Clue for Americans.
Yes. And Frederick probably. since
After that, you stole the blue Badgermobile to move his body to the Wild Wild West area. The timing of when the blue Badgermobile was stolen confirms this as fact.
Where's my boy? Say no more.
I'm sorry, Mr. Amano, but I cannot do that.
Not so fast. Be quiet. Yes, please do something. Stop that boy from speaking any more nonsense. Yeah, and it's Amano, correct? I mean you. Now be quiet, Gramps.
Yo!
How dare you? I don't need words. The only thing I require is evidence. Decisive evidence. And to call these mirror bits decisive is a bit too presumptuous. Mr. Prosecutor.
What?
Shut up! Was there a mirror in the kidnappers' hideout?
Yes, there was a mirror there.
Still you, Sheena.
Yeah. A mirror, yeah. A mirror that's for the haunted house. I moved something and everything went away. And I had to get back.
You see, isn't it possible the fragments got into the costume there?
But Agent Lang, there were no fragments on the floor, so the probability is very low.
Not so fast. Probability? Langzy says, on Truth's path, the word probability does not exist. The only thing that does is definitive proof. The question, Mr. Prosecutor, is, do you have the definitive proof you need?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth? Do you?
Do I have solid evidence that proves the murder took place at the haunted house? The answer is no.
So since you don't have any, shut up!
I don't have the evidence yet, but I'm certain the murder occurred around the time I turned the ransom over. At that time, the only people at the haunted house besides myself were Lance and Mr. Deacon. I can prove that the murder took place at the haunted house, and I can prove Lance's guilt in connection to the murder.
What now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Agent Lang, I have a special request.
Yeah?
I'd like to prove to you that the scene of the crime was indeed the haunted house.
Why in the world are you asking why in the world are you asking the werewolf for permission? I kept saying asking in the werewolf. I said you were shouting from inside the werewolf.
Because I don't really have a choice if I want to find the truth.
Alright, permission granted. But sure not to touch a single thing, got it?
That won't be a problem. All that's important to me is that the truth be brought to light. It doesn't matter by who or how it's done, as long as it is.
Will there be a bulletin war?
Shut up!
I'm here.
Put in the paperwork for the authorization immediately.
Understood. I'll go get the Gatewater Group's approval.
Hold!
Hold it!
Hold it!
Who was that? Now. Let's hold on for a second. There is no need to obtain approval.
Mr. Romano?
Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this. What is this? Get up!
It's the deed to the haunted house.
The deed?
Read it out loud.
Or it belongs to Manu now?
Gatewater Land Incorporated hereby bequeaths the property known as the haunted house to Mr. Amano for the lump sum of $1 million paid in full cash.
What?
As you can see, I am now the legal owner of the haunted house.
Are you kidding? When did you?
Just
I
now.
ran into the owner of the park earlier, and he made the deal almost immediately. How quickly things move when you can prepare $1 million in the blink of an eye.
That $1 million you paid, don't tell me it was...
Oh, that's right. This disgusting suitcase belongs to you, doesn't it? I don't
How
have any
dare
more
you.
use for it, so you may have it back now.
You used the ransom money.
My Lance is a good boy.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
even apologized for the kidnapping a bit earlier. And so I believe that I will forgive him. After all, he did return the ransom money. That's why things are so... That's the way things are. So if you will please discuss things with me from now on. Discuss? What is there to discuss? Why, permission to enter the haunted house, of course.
While we were busy listening to Lance's story, Mr. Romano was out there preempting us.
Permission to search the haunted house is denied. End of discussion.
Goodbye.
Agent Lang, makes you want to arrest the girl. And Miles, you should hurry on home now, my boy, before I really lose my temper.
Mr. Romano definitely has the deck stacked in his favor here. What should I do? If I leave it like this, the truth will be lost forever.
I sincerely hope nobody heard the thunder in the background on my end.
To be continued. Right now?
To be continued. Okay, my estimation estimates that we could potentially get the case done by 9. But I also know that Lemming has to go at half-past, which is fine. Do people want to stick around until 9?
I'm okay.
If it's
to
only
do
till
so,
9, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. What was that, Lemming?
I do need to fill up my water bottle, that's all.
If it's only until 9, I can keep going. That said, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't think I've had much to say.
Okay. David, you just say but.
I was gonna say, but can we have a quick break because I need to get something out of my butt.
Okay. Quick 5-minute break, no more than that. We'll be right back, everyone.
5 minutes, oh god!
He's gone. Go grab some drinks, everyone. Go.
We need to replace
Oh,
those
I
and
guess
stuff.
I'll go then.
And we are back. We're also sans Lemming as he thought it best in the end to actually dip out, given that we might go till 9:15 at this rate. But I think we can get it done in this this next hour, well, 45 minutes to an hour, whatever it would be. Hopefully too much longer. I mean, it's literally all investigation at this point, I think. So let's crack on.
March 13, 4:27 p.m. Gatewaterland main gate.
If I can't get permission to investigate the crime scene, then the truth will be lost.
Hold it!
Okay.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing spacing out? Have you forgotten? There's only one thing you should do at a time like this.
And what is that?
When the people are in a bind, the hero of justice appears to save the day. Look, you just leave it to me. For I am Kate Faraday, the second of the great Yatagarasu.
But I thought you were a thief, not a hero.
The Yatagarasu is noble, and it's always a thief of justice.
That's... Of course!
If we have enough information, we can recreate the inside of the haunted house with this. Plus, if we then factor in everyone's testimony...
You can recreate exactly what happened when I dropped off the ransom money. Maybe I'll figure out some new information through this. It's worth a try. Agent Lang.
So you want to use your little toy? Be my guest.
Okay, hang on. You're all about to witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood.
Detective Gumshoe. Is there a copy of the Haunted House's blueprints among the police's reference documents? Who wants to be Proto Gumshoe?
Oh, yes, sir. We got it just in case we need it for the kidnapping case.
You probably need a cough sweep for that throat, Gumshoe.
All right, on to
Oh,
the
it's been
haunted
a
house
rough
data.
day.
Haunted house data then.
What is this? Where are we?
It's like we're inside a haunted house.
Even if we can't inspect the real location itself, the path to the truth slumbers here.
Dang it. Sorry, I just realized we missed the cameo.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kay.
We missed the I will tell what the cameo is, and I will send a picture in the bench But basically,
yeah, we'll deal with it at the
while
end.
we're in the-
Because if we've got to kind of press on. We'll do it at the
Yeah,
end.
okay, press on, yeah.
If I can successfully navigate my way using logic, I'll ultimately arrive at the truth. Now then, I believe I'm ready to investigate the crime scene.
Okay, what should I recreate first?
You haven't figured it out yet?
Heh, maybe I have and maybe I haven't, but I'm going to make you do all the hard work.
Very well. I'd like to inspect the moment in which I was ambushed by my abductor. The two of them were definitely in this place at that time. If I can verify that, it may provide me with a new lead. I had just come out into the hallway after leaving the money inside the dining room. At that time, I saw a badger slumped over on the floor at the end of the hall.
Eh? What was a badger doing all the way down there?
I also thought it strange. However, I thought that maybe it was simply a mannequin that was set up for atmosphere.
Do you know which badger it was?
No, it was too dark to tell. All I saw was its silhouette.
In that case, I guess I'll just program in a badger silhouette in for now.
Wasn't it a proto badger?
We know that, but Edgeworth doesn't.
Yeah. No, I was asking us.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, programming complete. Oops.
Ooh,
Holy crunch!
Could you the crunch behind the screen?
Curse you, crunch.
There you go. Then, I started walking towards the exit.
And that's what you were struck when you were struck from behind, right?
Yes.
But that's odd. The hallway's a dead end. Where did your assailant come from?
There is only one location I can think of. I believe my assailant was lying in wait here. It was the badger. We know that for attractors and audience. Take that. That doll I saw wasn't really a doll. It was, in fact, a costume kidnapper.
Oh, so he used the costume as the perfect camouflage to blend in with the rest of the house.
Precisely. He waited until I had made the drop-off and was about to leave. Then, just as he saw me take a step towards the exit, he stood and launched his attack. I can think of no better hiding place than this.
Hey, not bad. I'm beginning to think I should steal this tactic for myself.
Just don't use it to do anything criminal, Kay.
That's what I can tell you.
To be honest, for a moment I thought he was Chow.
Well, Lance,
What are you asking me for?
as one of the kidnappers, I figured I should give you the chance to confess first.
I was one of the kidnappers, but I don't know anything. I did come up to the haunted house, but I never set foot inside. I left Oliver in charge of picking up the ransom money.
You didn't set foot inside. Is he telling the truth, or is this another lie? Alright, then you're claiming that it was Mr. Deacon who assaulted me.
Yes, I'm sure it was him.
Okay, inputting the new info now. Mr. Deacon was the bad badger, right? Since the bad badger has a gun attached to its right hand, I'll have to change it so the weapon is in its left hand.
Now to verify the facts of this recreation. Let's get going. You didn't recreate the weapon.
Yeah, well, I can't exactly recreate something I know nothing about. So tell me, what were you hit with?
The attack came from behind, so I have no idea, but I doubt it was someone's bare hands.
Okay, so then where were you hit?
I was hit on the right side of my head, just above my temple. There was a bit of blood, but it wasn't anything serious.
Ouch, sounds painful.
Why are you smirking like that when you say it?
It's just your imagination. Now, let's see. I wonder if there's anything in the hallway that could have been used as a weapon.
The sword?
Sword.
Yeah, because that makes sense, because then it would be used as a lock.
I have it. There was indeed one such object lying here in this hallway. A prop sword.
Are you talking about this thing here?
Yes, although we did find it at the kidnapper's hideout. Wait, yes! It's possible that the culprit took it with him after using it on me. To leave no evidence behind. Oh, that's the this one, okay.
Oh, to leave no evidence behind, right?
Correct. It may be worth a more thorough examination yet.
I think she's rubbing off on you, Edward.
She's definitely rubbing off on me.
Stealing things from one another.
She's a bad influence.
Okay, what test do you want to run on this sword?
It won't have, yeah, it'd be blood, not fingerprints.
Emma! The culprit was wearing a costume at the time, so a fingerprint analysis is useless. Let's run a luminol test. It's possible that some of my blood found its way onto this. Agent Lang, may I ask for your cooperation in this matter?
Like I have a choice. Shut up! Call the lab boys.
What am I, chopped liver?
Understood.
I was thinking of a reference like laboratory, but also Labrador. Because they're all dogs and wolves.
Except for a dab on the left side, it would appear that the blade is spotless.
So it must have been the left side of the prop sword that hit you then, right? Okay, update the recreation with this new piece of info.
Stop saying that.
Yeah, I know. I actually don't think it was in that hand. Because we know he's right-handed. It's a bit of it's a bit of a stretch, but Eureka! According to this document, the victim was right-handed.
I guess I should change which hand is holding the weapon then.
Hold on, you two. You didn't think I was going to ignore something like that, did you?
What are you talking about? Look, no interrupting when I'm about to have a little fun.
Ha! Even if it changed your recreation, you'd only be wasting your time. It's not possible for that thing to hold something in its right hand, you know.
But Mr. Edgeworth's logic is...
What's that thing called? The Bad Badger. Just take another good look at his right hand.
Oh, I completely forgot the weapon isn't in his right hand because there's already a gun in it.
Precisely.
Huh. You knew that already?
Yes, and I also know that the badger was holding the weapon in his right hand.
Huh? Are you aware of what's coming out of your mouth? You just contradicted yourself.
I have evidence, of course. Proof that the culprit held the sword in his right hand.
Sounds interesting. Alright then, show me this evidence.
These proves that the right culprit held the weapon in his right hand when he struck. The sword itself. Because the sword has blood on the right side of the sword. So if he struck me with the left side, it'd be on the right side. So therefore, he must have used the sword in his right hand.
Take that!
Take that!
It would have been held very uncomfortably in the non-dominant hand.
The answer is the weapon itself. Except for a bit on the left side, this sword is absolutely spotless. However, if the culprit had used his left hand, the blood would be on the opposite side.
Replica Bad Badger is holding the sword in his right hand. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Giving up already? It's simple. If he can't hold the sword in his left or his right hand, then the only one who struck me could not have been the Bad Badger. Are you paying attention, Lance? Mr. Deacon could not have been the one who struck me, which leaves only you as our primary suspect.
Fine. It was me. I hit you.
It appears that you lied to me yet again, but see how quickly they catch up to you, Lance.
Wait, isn't Lance left-handed?
Ah, yes. But that's what makes the deception all the more interesting. He used his right hand to make it look like Mr. Deacon had been the one to strike me. But you see, firing a gun with one's non-dominant hand is difficult. But that level of dexterity isn't required to swing a prop sword. Okay, please input this new data. The one who hit me from the behind was Lance. Or should I say, the Proto-Badger. Edgeworth called his bluff. Taking a while to input that data, isn't it, Kay?
Oh, you got it! Here I go!
That's a lot of data.
Now, we have a faithful recreation of the situation around the attack on me.
Alright, all we have to do is examine this new recreation and...
Not so fast!
Not so fast.
And what exactly is so funny, Agent Lang?
An amusing little gadget. It's your boxing punch. Right, Sheena?
Yes, it was all I could do to hold my laughter in. Hey, don't make fun of little Thief, you mean old werewolf! She and Mr. Edgeworth bring out the best in each other!
You've had your little fun, but now it's my turn. I've sat quietly by, listening. But the crude conclusions you took are spewing. Don't let this wolf's appetite. There's no guarantee that your toy will always show the real situation at any given time. Only displays the information you put in your brain.
Well, when you put it that way...
Shit. Superstitions are wrong. Not your fault, so I'm going to let you in on this one. What the hell cost me that? There's a trick to this haunted house.
And what may that be exactly?
A trick beyond what your tiny imaginations can produce. Chin up!
Here you are.
Now then, what you missed, girlie, is written right here in this pamphlet.
The 7 Wonders of the Haunted House? The Disappearing Badger?
what is this?
I'd say that someone around here was fond of theatrics. And as you can see, they set a doll down at the end of this hallway for that purpose. Basically, the Blue Badger is just a stupid doll.
How can this be?
Yes, it's a whole theory about it being right out the window.
Oh, but that can't be right. Maybe the culprit hid the doll somewhere. And then he laid down and pretended to be it instead.
Not so fast. If the grown-up couldn't even hide himself in the hallway, how could he hide a giant doll? Outie. You get it now? Next your presumptions. Your logic started off weak, and then to the completely wrong conclusion.
Oh.
Now get off your high horse.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay. I wonder if you could please input the new information for me.
Don't know when to quit, do you?
I can't quit, not until I declare that I found the truth. Agent Blank, for the additional information, you have my thanks.
Ah, there you go again. We'll see if I care.
Okay, I'm updating the recreation now.
Right.
That looks really weird. How it changes from the blue badger to the proto badger all of a sudden.
If the slumped over badger was just a doll, where was my attacker hiding?
Well, that's what we're gonna find out, right? So come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go.
Yes, let's. This recreation can't be right, which means there must be a contradiction somewhere.
There's got to be a secret entrance somewhere.
Yeah, because how else would the badger be disappearing?
When you take a look around, it almost feels more like a house of mirrors.
Indeed, who has ever heard of this many mirrors inside of a haunted house before?
Well, at least we know this is the real crime scene, thanks to these mirror shards.
Okay, so we got logic there.
Hey, wait, these shards, there's something different about them.
Oh?
The ones we found earlier are thicker than the shards from these mirrors on the wall. And look, there's some sort of design on the back, too.
Pieces from that costume are certainly different from the other mirrors. What does this mean? Could it be that our pieces are not pieces of these mirrors? Yeah,
One
Shadow?
of the mirrors is
Is it a-
revolving.
A one-way mirror?
I don't know, I think it's more like one of the walls is revolving and it's a wall of another room in which the badger would be appearing and disappearing.
This blue badger is just a doll for use in this haunted house.
I remember this section now. I bet the one who killed the bad badger was the bad bad. Blech. I bet the one who killed this blue badger was the bad badger, right?
According to the Blue Badger Bible, it says that they are each other's worst enemy.
All because one's an ally of justice and the other one's a vile criminal with a gun!
I see something.
Perhaps they were just destined to battle each other. Much like the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
What is it?
The belt's backwards.
Yeah.
You are dead right.
Oh!
I
Well-
was like, hang on, and I had to wait for it to come back to this.
You are dead right.
Yeah. I was like, is that
Eureka.
wrong? Hang on. Yeah.
Hold on a second here. There is something wrong with this blue badger.
Huh? Like what?
The way the belt is on him is opposite to how it should be. Did you make a mistake?
That can't be. I inputted the image data exactly as it is in the pamphlet.
So then why is the blue badger dressed up in reverse?
Because it's a mirror image.
Yeah, I assume we just link those two things together.
Yeah.
Logic.
And we put the two pieces of images together and... Ha! Hey, do you remember what you said earlier?
What I said earlier about what?
About how this building might as well have been a house of mirrors.
A house of mirrors? Oh, that would explain the reversed or mirror image.
Yes, this blue badger might be nothing more than the reflected image of a real one.
This was the blue badger. Then the blue badger you saw was just a reflection?
Now, when I looked down this hallway, I thought it was perfectly straight. However, if there was a mirror...
Oh, then it would actually form an L shape, right?
Precisely. I was deceived. The hallway was almost pitch black, and there was a beam in the way that obstructed my view of the other hallway.
Wait, but why build this place like that? It sounds pretty pointless to me.
Okay, this house is just another attraction at an amusement park. They created a mirror wall for a very specific purpose, one I can point out to you. This was the reason they built a mirror wall.
One of the 7 wonders of the park.
Take that!
Mm-hmm.
As it's written in the pamphlet, the main draw of this attraction is the mystery of the disappearing badger.
You mean they built the mirror for that trick alone? But you said you saw the badger, so it was definitely still there.
That was true at the time, however. Doing this allows someone to make the blue badger disappear in a flash.
Move the mirror wall.
To remove a reflected image, simply move the mirror. First, the mirror was constructed so that it could be moved. Then beyond where the mirror was, an empty hallway had to be created.
Oh, so when they wanted people to see the blue badger, they would open the mirror.
When they wanted to hide it, they simply had to close it again. This explains why the other side of these fragments have a design on them.
Ah, and if the pattern is the same on the other walls in this hallway.
And when the mirror is closed, it would blend in with the rest of the walls. This is the mirror trick that the haunted house employs. And this also proves the existence of a hiding place for the culprit.
Huh? How so?
They were sitting by the wall as a badger.
Think about it, Kay. There was a place that was outside of my field of vision.
Hide in the mirror wall.
Culprit kept out of sight by hiding here.
Take that!
There was a very large blind spot, one I could not see beyond, and it was here. If my assailant hid on the other side of the movable mirror,
Then you wouldn't be able to see him. He didn't even need anything to do the He didn't even need to do anything to the blue badger doll. I was so excited I messed up my words.
exactly. All he had to do was wait for me on the other side of the mirror.
Wait, hold on. I just thought of something.
Yes.
Well, shouldn't the mirror wall be broken right now, in reality?
As we have a few shards of it, we can probably assume it is. Yes, it most definitely is broken. The question is, when was it broken? As we found these inside the victim's costume, I would mean that the victim was there when the mirror was broken. Wait, that sound. Loot the money and go now. That sound I heard was most definitely the sound of a mirror breaking. Okay, I'd like you to input some new information.
Don't scare me like that!
Sorry, but I need you to recreate something for me.
Sure, whatever you need. That was Minnesotan almost.
Oh, sure, whatever
I
you
did
need
live there
bud.
for 10 years, you know?
Yeah, all Vikings.
Sure, whatever you need. So what do you need anyway?
If you could first recreate this hallway just before I enter the dining room.
You got it!
Now this, I believe this is how it was right before I entered the dining room. Although at the time, I thought it was but a single straight hallway. And then went inside. It's around then that I heard the sound of a mirror shattering.
You heard that? You heard what? Then...
Yes, I believe it was then that the mirror was broken.
Okay, so when you stepped outside into the hallway again...
The mirror wall should no longer exist here. Please recreate that.
Got it!
You know, you can type with more than one finger.
Wait, but with the mirror gone, the culprit lost his hiding spot. So where did he go in his proto-badger suit, Mr. Edgeworth?
Ha! That's easy enough.
Behind the corner.
The mirror gone, he simply hid himself in the branch hallway.
I think this one about wraps it up. Looks like we finally solved everything.
No, not yet. An even larger contradiction has now reared its head.
Huh?
Perhaps you don't notice, but this recreation contains a very troubling inconsistency. There's now no doll there.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Take that!
Okay, take
That
a good
would
look.
be where the dead Mr. Deacon was.
Okay, take a good look at the end of the hall.
Oh, there's no blue badger there.
Exactly. The blue badger that I saw in reality is not here. This is the final point on this long chain of logic, the last remaining contradiction.
So let me get this straight. When you came out of the dining room, you saw a badger, right?
And that is precisely where the final contradiction lies. Something that shouldn't exist was there before me. Who or what do you suppose it was? I believe this is the real identity of our mystery badger. It was indeed the dead body of Mr. Deveray.
Take that!
The badger I saw was, in actuality, the dead victim's body.
Ugh. My cups.
What?
Agent Lang, the entirety of my complete logic is my final, decisive piece of evidence. The murder happened in the hallway of the haunted house at the time of the drop-off, and you can consider the moment I heard the mirror breaking be the real time of death for Mr. Deacon.
Oh,
Maybe it was due to their fighting, or perhaps it was the life-shattering bullet. But no matter what the cause was, the hallway mirror was broken.
not so fast. Ha! You're in the house at the time, right? Are you telling me that you missed the sound of a gunshot?
Objection! There were a variety of sound effects playing at the time, all for theatrics, I assume. The gunshot must have blended right in.
Ah!
Now then, I'd like you to recall something for me. Who was it that was with the victim at the haunted house? Who was the one who had the opportunity to rob the victim of his gun and use it on him? It was you, Lance Amano.
Con!
I figured the cuffs would break like that.
I'm sorry. I was trying to turn into Super Saiyan, but it didn't work. It's not like I had a choice. All of it turned on me all of a sudden. He snapped and turned violent right after I hung up with you. He shoved me to the ground and straddled me.
You were.
I threw back as hard as I could, grabbed his gun, and I shot him. The bullet must have went. Well, I forgot my English. The bullet must have gone through his body and shattered the mirror. If I hadn't taken his gun and shot him first, I would have been the one on the ground. He's a hardened criminal. He escaped from jail.
See? That justified self-defense. My boy was only trying to protect himself.
That remains to be seen, and will have to be resolved in court. Agent Lang, I leave the rest to you.
As if you were the one in charge around here. Guys, arrest these two and get them out of my sight. Wait, I had nothing to do with the murder. The only person who should be arrested is Lance.
Dad!
Wow.
Sorry, but you're not slipping away that easily, Mr. Ernest Osborne. You tell me the evidence so that you can cover for your son. What a great dad you are, willing to risk it all. Truly touching.
I do really like his theme song.
Yeah.
By the way, do you know why you're really here? And how can I possibly know the answer to such an asinine question? I came all this way from across the sea just to see you again.
What's that supposed to mean?
I have a few things to ask you, Mr. Arnold, about a case from 10 years ago.
A case from 10 years ago.
What's the name that you use here for the case? Shut up!
It's known as the KG8 incident.
The KG8 incident?
Oh, so you remember it?
Kill an
Then you
Interpol
recall
agent.
the trigger is the trigger in the case was the Amano Group scandal. Specifically, the charge of an internal smuggling ring.
Smuggling? There's that word again.
At the time, the person that was arrested as the ringleader was Mr. Amano's real secretary, Mr. Colin DeVry.
You're a bit quiet, Diva. You moved away from your mic?
Is it better?
Much better.
That was too loud.
Sorry, Kay. Even though you pushed the crime onto your then secretary, Mr. DeVry. I always suspected that you were involved with the smuggling ring, Mr. Amano. Mr. DeVry was arrested in place of you. Which is why when he broke out, you hid from the police, right? You paid him in exchange for the silence of your little dirty secret.
Now. Please calm down. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about.
Pretend to be innocent all you want, or ignorant even. Same difference. We're taking you down to the precinct anyway, for a nice, long chat.
With myself.
Sweaty.
Oh, who's the hold it?
Hold it.
What the? Who the heck was that?
Oh,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
welcome to Divot talk to himself in triplicate.
I'll take him down to the precinct, if you do not mind.
And who the heck are you?
I'm you!
Smoke! Now, the prosecutor
the
and shut
trench.
this kiss. Ah, for fuck's sake. Jax, thank goodness you're here.
Do you
Don't jerk me around.
Divot? Do you want to keep going for the fun?
Fine.
Or okay?
I'm fine.
This is an Interpol case, so keep your paws off my suspect.
Sorry, but I can't comply. I've got the backing of the prosecutor's office. See, in this country, we prosecutors work with the police to bring cases to court. So, if you could, please cooperate with me here. That'd be great. Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal?
Sorry, but I hate prosecutors. The whole lot of you. Guys, arrest the 2 suspects. Oh, I almost forgot. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth is in. I'd like to thank you.
Thank me.
Yeah, for working so hard to fulfill my goal.
Hmm. Okay.
Hey, is there any way to thank someone? And what the heck's that supposed to mean?
You were so relentless with Lance that you forced Ernest to tamper with the evidence. Thanks to that, I finally had a legitimate reason to arrest him. So, how does it feel to bite the hand that feeds you?
The hand that feeds me. I'm not sure I follow.
It's no use pretending with me. You're the one, right? You're the corrupt prosecutor that's working for Mr. Amato and the smuggling ring, right?
No, I would never do such a thing.
The heck? Our intel's never wrong. In your prosecutor's office, there's definitely someone working with the ring.
Ah, so Agent Land suspected my relation to Mr. Amano. That must be the real reason behind his antagonistic attitude.
Slow turn to Jacques.
On top of that, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? No one wants to rumors flying around about forged evidence with that guy. You're not twisting the truth behind those closed courtroom doors too, are you?
The courtroom is a place where the truth is revealed.
Where the truth comes to hang out.
Well, don't worry. It's not only you. The whole lot of you cannot be trusted. A prosecutor who never lost in 40 years. Every defendant must be found guilty. Fueled by those ideas, is there anyone that the courts produce nothing but falsities and lies?
It would seem that his disdain extends beyond just me. Prosecutors, the courts. Why is this man so angry with us all?
Rest assured, the next time we meet, I won't be so forgiving. So don't you forget it!
He even has Sheena to
Yes.
actually point fingers at
Mhm.
people.
Yes.
Please wait. Agent Sheena. Why does Agent Lang hate all prosecutors so?
Lang is the head of the long-honored House of Lang in Zhangfa. The heads of all police-related divisions in that country are of Lang blood.
Were? What do you mean by that? Aren't they still?
They were revered, but that was long ago. they don't. That doesn't hold. That they don't hold that sort of sway anymore. And it was all because of the courts.
How can that be?
The prosecutor once withheld and tempered the evidence one of the line detectives found. That evidence's purity was tarnished and cost the Lang family its honor and trust.
But not all prosecutors are like that.
Even so, Lang will never respect the court again. Or any prosecutor.
So, Agent Lang is a man who hates all courts and is unwilling to forgive prosecutors.
Man, what a piece of work that guy is.
Oh, that should be Divot.
Oh,
Oh.
man, what a piece of work that guy is. Come on, Jim. We better catch up.
Yeah.
We've still got to deliver that ring to the odd man after all.
Also, why do I have to play basketball with you again, boss? Detective Gumshoe, I believe it's time we wrapped up and headed home ourselves.
Yeah! Are you going home too, Mr. Ashworth?
No, I've done nothing but be entangled in one mess after another since my return. If it's all right with you, can you drop me off at my office?
Wait, uh-oh.
No problem, sir.
You are more right than you know, sir.
Excuse me.
Yes, what is it?
That is, thank you very much.
Ah, it's okay. No need to thank me, pal. Just doing my job as a detective.
I guess I was fooled pretty badly by Lance. Oh, cruel fate, what's a woman to do when she's been hurt by the one she loves? And to think I
gets a
never
sword.
realized my father was right there. I never said anything to him. I knew it, I'm a failure.
Ah, there she goes again, talking to herself.
Miss Potts, I wonder if you know why your father participated in the kidnapping.
No, I have no idea.
Your father died while he was trying to stop Lance, which means that from the beginning, he had no interest in the staged self-abduction.
Wait, then why did he...
I believe it was because of your presence, Miss Potts.
Me?
Lance realized that the two of you were related, which is why he used you as a hostage to coerce Mr. Deveray into cooperating.
Father.
As a felon, he could not tell you of his real relation to you. However, as the Amano family butler, at the very least, he was able to watch over you. It was all he could do, but that was the shape of his overflowing love for you. Go on, speak your mind.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, although there is no need to thank me.
No, Lawrence, stop. I mean, that man is so much older than you.
Oh my god.
Looks like you've completely stolen her away, Mr. Edgeworth.
Way to go, sir.
I mean, it's better than old back.
Your technique is way beyond the level of a great thief.
What are you going on about now?
Wow, your deducing skills may be sound, but you have no street smarts.
That's Mr. Ashworth for you.
Yeah, I mean, he still hasn't figured out who I am at all.
Huh?
You haven't remembered in all this time. I guess I'm just gonna have to say it. This is the first time we've met, you know?
What do you mean, pal? Mr. Actuate? Oh, how do you know this girl?
Looks like you totally forgot me too, Gummy.
Gummy.
Gummy?
Oh, this is such a good moment. Hold on. Here, maybe this will jog your memories. I promised I'd return this to you one day, remember?
That single piece of cloth took me back far into my past, to that fateful day 7 years ago, when I first met the then child Kay and Detective Gumshoe.
That's adorable.
And that is what we look at next time. As we do next time, we start Turnabout Reminiscence.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, are we gonna meet Little K and Little Gumshoe?
Maybe not little Gumshoe, but
Smart. Smaller.
Younger.
Slightly
Gumshoe.
smaller.
I was about to call him by his name, but that wouldn't sound good, so...
No.
little Richard. Little Richard.
All I will say is this case is going to be amazing because it takes place in an amazing location when we're going to meet a whole load of characters who we've met before in the past, as well as new characters as well, which is going to be amazing. I'll be putting the cast list together in the bench. There'll be people who shows up. In fact, Divot might actually get a chance to reprise the role he's known for quite.
Young Judge. Well, I mean, Judge was never young, was
Never young.
No, Judge never young.
Judge is never young. It's always the same.
For anyone who's interested, this puts the timescale of this about. Wouldn't you say it would be? There's a flashback in game 3, isn't there, Kay? It's around that time, isn't it? Well, regardless. Regardless, next week we'll find out. Speaking of next week, it might be Saturdays, it might be Sundays. We're going to discuss that privately in the chat. But stay tuned on Twitter, as that's when we'll announce when we going live. But I want to thank everyone for sticking around, especially for sticking around late. Hey, Molly, sorry I didn't see you in the chat. Thank you for the three tiers. My alerts haven't been going through. I'm terribly sorry, Mol. I did, for some reason, my alert sounds haven't been going off. I haven't been noticing them. Thank you for the tier 1 sub to Drifting, to Divot, and to Jarvelf.
Oh, I got a sub! Yay!
Yay.
I can't do anything with it because I can't sign into Twitch when I'm in America because I need to get my text messages, which I can't do, but yay!
Thank you so much. We're going to wrap it up. I want to thank everyone who joined me today. Of course, it is our regular lineup of Drifting. Drifting.
I have nothing to say.
Divot.
Hello there.
Shadow.
Hello.
Kay.
Bye. What?
And the absent Lemming. Good.
I'm out of it. I apologize.
That's fine. Good night.
It's fine. I was also like,
it's fine. We're gone. We're gone. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.